Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the scratching post where we scratch at that gaming itch. Although tonight I'll not be scratching at the gaming itch. I'll be assembling brickies, blocks, and all things good and in between. But I won't be doing it alone. I've got company.
Yeah, sorry, chat. We broke time. We broke time. We're gonna have to build something to go back to the future to fix it.
I was quite.
Shadow. I was to go back into the future.
I was quite pleased with my tweet this morning, if I'm honest.
That was really good. Yes. If I could have given it a second like, I would have done that.
Yes.
Hello, everyone.
But Twitch was a hell site.
the tweetosphere are now able to see my desk, which is cleaner than it was this morning. I realized, I was like, I kind of need room, and this part of my desk is not really great. This is the first time I've built a Lego set on stream, as you guys would know, because you guys have seen me do that before.
Yes, I really enjoyed watching you build the Lunar Lander. That was so. That was
cool. Great.
The Lunar Lander was very fun. I'm very pleased with how that went. It's still on my shelf, up there.
Oh,
next to Optimus Prime.
Nice.
as you do. Also, I'm going to need to decide on some music to have going on this stream.
Yeah, I liked your Lunar Lander so much that I bought it as a present for my niece, and she was super happy about that.
Oh. Let's see what music.
She's now obsessed with everything NASA related. She wants to work there. She wants to know everything about space and.
Oh, does she know about the
Artemis?
the Artemis? Yeah.
Yes.
Excellent. I know they're doing like a tanking test at the moment to see if their repairs are.
Yeah, I have one of those moments. So one of those moments where I'm like, I need to put music on, and then I turn to my iTunes, and my brain's like, I've never heard a single piece of music in my entire life. You know?
You mean whenever you ask me a question about my like, oh, Shadow, what's your favorite video game? Like, I've never played a video game in my life.
Like,
what is a video game?
What's your taste in music? What's music?
How
does it work?
My taste in music is called soundtracks. I listen to game soundtracks. I don't really listen to traditional music as it, like I'm not exactly going to put on the latest Ollie Moore's album. Who the fuck you got out there? He's popping right now.
I mean, I would recommend the Stellaris soundtrack. I don't know. I don't think that would get you.
I haven't got it, but what I'm going to do is, as a reference to our good friend Scarf, I'm going to have. We're going to kick off with some Soul Blade.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Now, this thing has been taunting me for 2 straight days. Now,
I know that fail. I know that fail when I had the Ecto 1.
I really like Drifting's answer. Also, hello, Drifting.
Yeah, what's your music taste?
What's your music taste? Unless it's no.
Unless no. Yeah, that's my kind of music taste as well. It's like I like music, and then I also don't like.
Lemmings. Now, there's a man with a good taste in music.
Yes.
So
in Lego.
Now, I've actually not opened this at all. This is live unboxing right here.
Yes.
I just remember another thing about music taste. There is this post on Tumblr where there are all kinds of answers when someone asks you, "Are you a boy or a girl?" Which is like one of my favorite ones. Like, not to my knowledge. So that's a perfect answer to what's your music taste. Not to my knowledge.
Well, the answer to that is like I identify as a threat.
Okay, so let's have a look at this, everyone. Let's see how many bags there are in this one. I found the instruction manual.
I think there was like 20 bags for my Ecto 1. No, I don't think it was 20. It was something.
Was it 11 bags?
Let me just check. I took a picture of all the bags arranged on my.
I see a number 7. I see a number 7. I see a 6. That's lower.
Do we have a number 7?
Do we have a 7?
I see a 9. So that's a 9. So there's definitely at least 9. That's everything from the box. So
I had 12 bags for the Ecto 1.
And there's bag 11.
There are 12 Buzz.
11. Okay, so pretty
Pretty
chunky boy.
pretty stonky. There's bag 1, which we will need.
6. Bingo.
God.
Yeah, chat, if you were expecting like a reasonable stream, you're not going to get it.
Yeah, probably. I'm probably gonna do this in 2 streams. I mean, if we get it done tonight, we'll get it done tonight. But I have a feeling it's gonna take a bit longer than 1 stream. But
Yeah,
I figured,
I
figured, let's have a nice little,
Get,
nice little relaxing
I feel like you
stream.
could get more than 2 streams.
Yeah.
So I'm doing a thing of like ask me anything, even though people pretty much know a lot about me. I'm not exactly secretive in what in with myself. So please feel free if you're out in the chat. I've got a question you've always wanted to ask me.
Are you suggesting a Twitch version of Truth or Dare?
No.
No, behave yourself.
Behave yourself.
I mean, you can ask.
Shadow's the gremlin here, not you.
He is mischief incarnate.
I am. We are gremlins together.
Oh yes, I forgot to mention. Who do I have to thank for this? So first of all, Drifting's saying your opinions on this new Andor thing. I've seen episode 1. In fact, Burr and I watched it earlier before I had dinner, and I quite liked it.
Yeah, it's a very slow burner, but I enjoy that. I enjoy that very much.
It's a slow burner.
Yeah. It's a slow burner. Yes.
I had to put up with these boys. Although put up is the wrong word.
So there you go. I've now ordered all the bags, which will inevitably fall back into disorder once I put it back in the box.
That's why when I was building the Ecto 1, I arranged all of mine on my settee. But that presumes that you have like areas
Space.
which do that. Yeah.
You see, I live in 1 room, so
Yes.
I have space issues.
Yeah. Oh wow, Drifting! Just fucking like drag me like that. Why don't you?
Taking no prisoners, says Drifting in the shadow in the chat there.
Wow.
Also, she doesn't really put up with us, and we don't put up with her. We love spending time together, which we prove time and time again.
In the same way that we love spending time with you and everyone else on Saturdays and such.
Yes.
Yeah. We just also like teasing each other.
We do.
Yeah.
I mean, friends should be able to tease each other.
Yeah.
I mean, we're still learning. We're still learning in that department, but we're getting there.
I mean, doesn't everyone? I don't think anyone really. No one really gets comfortable with their own teasing, and there's always comes a point where you step over the line, and everyone then feels bad.
Yeah.
Then everyone's like, "That's fine," because you don't mean it maliciously, and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
And it's also a case of finding those lines, and then you go, "Hey, I'm not comfy with this," and it's like, "Oh, okay, that's fine," and then you just take a step back and you don't cross it again.
Yeah, and finding those lines is really difficult because you're like, if I don't tease them, they're gonna think I don't like them because I don't want to interact with them. I don't want to have this sort of close interaction with them. But if I do tease them, I might not know how, and I'll upset them.
Oh no, social anxiety.
Yeah.
God, I hate social anxiety. The worst.
If I get my hands on the person who came up with who created social anxiety, I don't think I'm gonna maintain control of myself.
My apologies, but it was the British. So, well, I imagine it's the British.
Well, I was just gonna say, well, good news, everybody. We're going to go and kill God.
All right, there we go. So I'm now.
How long are we into the show? Oh, we're not even 15 minutes.
No, in 15 minutes into the stream.
Yes.
Yeah,
and we're already ready to kill God. No, it's like on that TikTok. I have I've eaten half an Oreo and a bottle of Mountain Dew, and I don't know if I want to fight God or become him.
Okay, this is a nice kind of instruction booklet. The DeLorean instruction. In fact, it's mimicking the poster, but it is actually the LEGO DeLorean on the front.
That's really cool. Yeah. I wonder if it's like some of the others that we've seen, and it's got little trivia, like bits of trivia.
I imagine
as you go along.
There's a forward at the very least.
I think a lot of them have that now, which is quite interesting.
Oh, the big leak about the Eraser Crest one. Oh my god.
Oh no.
She's a beauty. I mean, not to my tastes, but like I know you and Lemming were salivating.
Here comes the sad truth. Do I use this very lovely instruction manual, or do I actually use something that's a bit more space efficient, like my phone?
That's up to you, my friend.
I'm thinking I need all the space I can get. So as lovely as this is, you guys are not going to be staring at this.
I have another question / suggestion.
What's that?
Do you have some sort of stand for your iPad? Maybe
well, I don't have an iPad, but I do have this for my phone, which is basically my charger, which I can unplug. It's my charger, which I was going to stand it on and have it there. And I was going to have the actual model as it's being built up on here, same as I did originally with the Greenlander, because I've got a very small desk. As you guys can see, this is my desk. It's not large at all.
Yeah, because I was thinking a bigger screen might be more useful, as there are small parts in this.
But at the same time, if I'm using an iPad, I might as well use the book.
That's a fair point.
Also, Drifting says, my opinion on Andor, as someone who hasn't watched it and has little interest in watching it, main character kind of cute looking though.
Yeah, Cassian does have that male wife look.
Yeah, Cassian Andor, pretty cute, especially with a thicker beard.
Yeah, I think he needs to be washed first. Wash him first before you make him a male wife.
In the first episode, he doesn't spend a minute washed or clean.
I guess some women like that? ? It's not for me though.
It's like swimming, like he was swimming in puddles between every shot.
I mean, I like my boys scruffy, but they've at least got to be clean, you know?
Which is kind of what I found out that Henry Cavill was doing when he was shooting Witcher.
Oh yeah, because he would roll around, wouldn't he?
He would roll around in the mud to look authentic.
Yeah, I think because I remember seeing a little video. I think you might have sent it to me, Burr, of Civil War reenactors. Or something flopping down in the dust and dirt and just rolling around to give their stuff an authentic feel.
Yeah, because that's from Star Trek episode where they were transported to Civil War times, and they had brand new woolen uniforms and everything, but they didn't look realistic, so they were just frolicking in the mud.
More dirt.
Yes. This needs to look like I've lived in trenches for 2 years.
Yes.
Okay, so the construction begins.
Drifting says paddles do not count as a buff. Tell it to Peppa Pig.
It starts.
I was just gonna say it starts. I don't have a very good time.
We have our Martin McFly with some very nice leg printing to simulate the trainers that he gets. Very nice. Wow. Very nice. Not often you see side printing on Lego pieces, so that's quite nice.
Yes, I like it. Also, are there stickers in?
There are. The stickers have been placed in traditional faction underneath my mouse pad, where they'll remain flat forever.
Fair enough.
Until they're needed, because Lord knows we've all been there when we get to the sticker sheet and it's been half creased, and it's like, oh no, they're peeling, they're losing their stickiness. So I now, whenever I get a sticker sheet, I put it under the mouse mat, where it's flat and nothing can disturb them.
I tend to keep whenever I've built, I've kept mine separate on the top part of my desk. But what I tend to do is, whenever I get into a new bag, I always flip ahead in the manual to see when the stickers are being used and put them on first. Because as far as I'm concerned, once they're off the sheet and on the little piece that they're supposed to, I can just forget about them, really.
I've got my Doc Brown, which again, it's the yellow trenchcoat Doc Brown from the future, which is different from the one you get in the earlier set, because they actually did two. They've done two DeLorean sets. They've done a minifigure scale, which they did several years ago, and they did this Ultimate Collector's one of last year, which I will admit, I'm not a fan of the original. Let me actually, it's on my shelf. Easy. Out of all of them, it's not bad. It's not bad. Let me just quickly, embarrassingly, dust off this level Lego set. 'Cause they
Just
attract.
blowing it like.
Because they attract dust like magnets. These things.
Yeah, that reminds
Yeah,
me. I should
yeah.
probably dust my A-wing.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the ideas DeLorean as it was.
Oh, little baby.
It's
Baby. Yeah.
Now,
You're good. You
Sure.
can now have a grown-up DeLorean and a kid DeLorean.
and the Doc Brown in this is the radiation suit Doc Brown from the first one, and
Oh.
Ooh.
Marty is the one from Ice. So you've got Back to the Future 1 Doc and Marty, and now Back to the Future 2.
What you
Nice.
can do now also is swap the hair between Doc Browns, because I'm guessing they will have different hair.
They do. The old Doc Brown has the Palpatine style hair that was introduced because the kind of professor hair, as it's now being called, wasn't around back then. Because Lego are always, I mean, in the last 10 years, Lego has really kind of kicked into gear their whole production. They really do make a lot of brand new pieces, more than ever these years.
Yeah.
Wow, it's almost like they don't rest on their laurels and they keep constantly innovating.
Yeah.
Well, part of it is to do with the Lego collector series they do now, where you get like a minifigure in a bag, because they are actually quite valuable from a not just a collector standpoint, but from a modeler standpoint, because they have so many unique pieces that could be used elsewhere. That some will just buy them in bulk because they're so useful. Like that.
Wow. Fair enough.
Okay, I'm gonna move the lovely DeLorean up into it. Up. It's perfect.
Some listeners may have noticed that I was being very derisive against the video game industry.
As you should.
Well, to be fair, I mean, if you're here on watching this is not the podcast, and we're not going to discuss a lot of things, but related to the podcast. But we'll definitely we're literally talking shit.
Shooting the shit.
Yeah,
you're getting the podcast after hours, even though I'm trying my best not to swear for this one.
You're getting Shadow and Burr and I doing what we normally do, which is have a conversation. Which
we're just to breathe.
The whole reason the podcast started was because a lot of us just were like, we'd finish streaming and then we'd be sat around for hours just talking.
Sorry, go ahead, Burr.
Because it would be like there's 9 o'clock and we finish our game and we're like, well, the streaming is done, but we could spend some time just talking for like 15-20 minutes. It's midnight already. Well, look at that.
Yeah, it's just like, it's tomorrow. Whoops.
Yeah. The thing is, Lemming, that happens not just with it happens with all of us. Even the Silly Voices stream, it started to happen.
Yes.
Yeah. It's almost like we're just like a cool group of people.
Well,
they're like spending time together.
Yeah.
I mean, it's nice because it's I've never really been a talkative person, but you guys seem to bring out the best in me. So.
Yeah, it's nice. I mean, I have two modes. I am either completely silent or you can't get me to shut the hell up.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, same.
It's almost like, if I'm in the company of friends, it's just like I will tell you everything, and then if I'm not with anybody, and then I'm like, oh, I will just be quiet for the rest of my life.
Yeah. I mean, we have this problem that we are kind of split in the group. Half of the group is certified night owls, and the other half of the group is morning larks.
Yes, I'm one of the morning larks because I tend to get up at like 5 in the morning, but also I nap during the day. Well, when I get back from work, so I also tend to go quite late as well. And let me tell you, my sleep schedule can be weird. You
guys will soon learn that I'm actually neither. I switch between the two quite often. Like sometimes I'll just be like, it's 9 o'clock, I want to go to bed. And other nights I'll be like, woo, let's go on until 1 a.m. and I'll wake up at later on during the day. Depends on if I'm working or not.
I'm very rarely able to wake up later than 8 o'clock. Usually it would be like I'll be waking around 7, even if I go to sleep around 4. My brain will still be like 7 o'clock. Get up.
Yeah, that's the problem I have.
Yeah, wake up. Grab a
It's
brush and
just
put a
like
little
it is
makeup.
5 o'clock in the morning. It's time for you to get the hell up. And I'm like, no,
Yeah.
I would like to sleep in. Too late. We're fully awake.
I like Drifting's comment there. It reminds me of a Tumblr post that's like, I'm not an early bird or a night owl, I'm some kind of permanently exhausted pigeon.
Yeah, I feel
Yeah, I'm
that.
gonna. If only I could just shit on national monuments as well, I would be a permanently exhausted pigeon.
Stuff that. I'll shit on people who deserve it.
Yeah, I've already been commissioned by one of my US friends to throw Margaret Thatcher's bust into the Thames.
Well, you heard it here first, Scotland Yard.
No.
But
That's it's just a wish. It's just a wish fulfillment fantasy. It's not actually going to happen
yeah, but
unless he pays me, and then I might actually consider it.
yeah, so maybe it'll happen, maybe not. But whoever's listening, we won't tell you which one. So good luck.
Yeah.
All right, so this is, I think this is like this internal structure that we're getting sorted out here first.
Yeah, the frame.
Okay, we can flip upside down apparently, and we got to do these inverted coils. Okay. Better slopes.
I was gonna make a rotate your owl joke, and I just couldn't.
I mean, I would rotate, but I wouldn't facing the desk then.
That's fair.
Yeah. Also, are they specified in the instructions that they're inverted coils, or do they just look like that?
So they're inverted slopes. So they are sloped pieces, but they have studs on the side, on the end. So they go on the underside of a model.
I see, because I was hoping that all kinds of technobabble names for pieces would be added to instruction, like, and now put flux capacitor A into power manifold B.
I wish.
It's just pictures. I do like on some of the models how they managed to get certain parts replicated. Like especially for the Ecto, they managed to get like the radiator grille for the Cadillac a certain way from like these multiple pieces that you had to put together. And I thought that's like some of the ways they do that is really cool.
That is really impressive. I mean, one of the things I am curious about is the DeLorean has its very iconic sloped hood, which is not flat, but it's not like a big thing. It's a very gentle incline, and as you saw on the little mini one, they had to basically create like a step structure, because they couldn't get it like any other way. So I'm wondering how they deal with that very shallow gradient.
I would probably have done it as a one sheet piece, but I don't know. I'll have to see how they've done it.
We'll find out.
Yeah, I mean it's possible that they've done it. It would be much more creative and much more fun if they've done it in multiple pieces, in multiple blocks. Also, I would love to one day see the software on which their designers create those models.
I mean, I'd love to work at LEGO. I doubt I don't think I've got the creativity to do so. And that's not me putting myself down. It's just simply reality. My days of creating, I struggle with Minecraft, for Christ's sake.
Yeah, I don't have the creativity enough either for being a Lego designer, but I would love to see how the design process looks.
You ever? I can't be the only one who gets very easy disheartened when they put up a game that has like quite high creativity, like Minecraft or like The Sims, and it's like, I'm going to create this house, it's going to be awesome, and then you look at your creation and think it looks utterly terrible, and get disheartened because you know that Rome wasn't built in a day, but at the same time you can't help but think, but is it going to get better if I keep working at it?
That's the problem, because because it will do, and like that's the problem with perfectionism. It's just like, why is it not like one? Why is it not perfect immediately? And I'd actually like to talk about this a little bit because I suffer from it quite particularly in games like City Skylines, and like I know if I keep working on it, if I keep working on the cities, they will improve. But because they're not immediately perfect, and I also get choice paralysis because I want to do all the things at the same time, I end up falling into these same routines and getting stuck in it, and then I don't enjoy the game, and I play it for like maybe an hour, maybe just half an hour, and then I'm like, oh, I'm not enjoying this. It sits on my SSD for a while, and then I just uninstall it and forget about it.
Yeah.
One thing I've been trying to sort of get myself to do is try to convince myself that it's good. Convince myself it doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be good enough, kind of thing. Because I think the worst city is the one that you don't build, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And that's how I'm trying to sort of get myself used to it. In that the worst draft is one that I never write. Stuff like that. It's difficult because I don't usually have the time now to sit down and write stuff now. I've got lots of other things occupying my time, but it's something I've been trying to train myself into.
How Scarf can do his videos, I have no idea. Because I originally was gonna do like I thought about for a while just doing a video on a game which I used to play. Then I just kind of abandoned the idea because I just don't have the time for the editing and the writing, and also I just don't think that people would be very interested in the video.
Yeah,
I disagree. I think people will be interested, but I totally get the, just I don't have the time and I can't really put it aside kind of.
I was trying my strength in something like that, and I've done 2 or 3 videos like this. Unfortunately, they're in Klingon. Sorry, in Polish. So...
I do like listening to you speak. But I do like listening to you speak Polish, Burr. I remember you were streaming with your brother, Heroes of the Storm, and I just like hearing you two just... I mean, I couldn't... Of course, I can't understand what you two were saying, but it was nice to just listen, in a way.
Oh, I'm gonna check next time we play. I'm gonna check with my brother and my niece and nephew if they're okay if I decide to stream that.
That would be really cool.
That'd be fun.
Yes.
That'd be a lot of fun.
I remember that I was I know exactly what I was gonna do because I always planned that the gag for the opening of my video would be me like, I want to write a video, but I don't know what to write a video on. And the joke is that there's like Lego all about the place, like on my chair. I have to move, I have to brush Lego bricks off my chair to kind of sit down. It's like, and I'm like, I should talk about something, perhaps something iconic, something from our childhood, something building up for it. And then I look at the bricks, I get like one of those light bulbs. I then turn to the camera and I go, Playmobiles, hype the time quest, and then cut to static. Because all the Lego, and then I decide, oh yeah, it's hype the time quest from Playmobil.
Yeah, what would be quite funny is like the thing that draws your attention to it is you step on something, like you pretend to step on them, you go, ow! You look down, you see the Lego, and just like, then the game.
That's
That would be good actually, yeah. Because
I mean, that could be the sort of equivalent to, there is this Mario styled ad for, I think, Nissan or some other car company where Mario in a car is driving through the level, and then at the end he trips on a very small Goomba and he makes the face like, oh no, I die.
Oh no, I die.
Oh no, I die. I mean, that's the thing is, funny because Drifting saying Playmobil was my jam as a kid. There there was a Playmobil game, believe it or not,
Oh.
which I was quite fond of because it's called Hype the Time Quest, and it involves time travel, and it's quite a neat little game actually. Just no one's heard of it because Playmobil.
I know. I have like this vague memory of them doing doing a video game, but I just couldn't remember. But yeah, Playmobil was also my jam.
I
And
didn't have
also,
any Playmobil. That's the only thing I've ever had as Playmobil. It's just that game.
I've only heard of Playmobil, but I've never had any, so I can't share the any.
I had a whole ass
can't
like
relate on
Playmobil doll's house kind of thing. It was very expensive. My parents were not pleased when I didn't play with it as much as they wanted me to.
Well, it is what it is. I mean, you can't predict kids and such. Oh,
Yeah.
I forgot to mention, who do I have to thank for this lovely, lovely product? Well, it was brought to me by someone who I clearly do not deserve in this life. Someone who's very, very generous and far too generous for their own good. And the audience members are probably going right now, oh, of course, it probably was bought for you by Burr or something, wasn't it? No, it was bought for me by my lovely partner.
I would only like to disagree at one point. You do deserve him.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, you absolutely do deserve him, and you do deserve to be pampered by everyone.
Yes, absolutely.
And also, hi Mologo.
Hi, Mologo. We literally I literally was just talking with him about the set, and next thing I know, he ordered it for me.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Bless him. Well, no, it's more a case of I was talking about our trip in Birmingham, where we went around the Lego stores looking for this set because I knew I wanted to do this.
Two Lego stores.
Two Lego stores.
I remember we got to the second Lego store and it was out of stock because it was in the display case. It's just like this. We hadn't got any. It's just like, oh.
Yeah.
Why can't we have the one in the display case? It clearly exists.
Nah, it's all right. I walked away with an Optimus Prime that day, but it wasn't the set that I wanted to do on stream. I was debating doing the Optimus Prime, but I had my heart kind of set on the DeLorean for my Gameblast stream.
And also Shadow God Actor 1 on that trip. So it was good.
Yes. I did get that.
And it was very sneaky.
Yes.
There we go.
But
also,
yes.
Sorry, Bert, I just want to pull back to Drifting's old comment. I've been quietly fuming for a while because I want to write, but I don't have the time. And when I do have the time, I don't have the energy. So I'm sitting here like, yeah, okay, just let these stories float around in my head, I guess. I wish, like, I'm 100% with you, but also I just don't have the energy to write anything anymore. It's just like I don't have any ideas. Everything, like, the well's empty. It's completely dry right now. I've got nothing. And it really upsets me because I used to like really be digging like some franchises, be like, oh yeah, I want to write stuff. I want to write my characters doing stuff in there, and I just don't have that anymore. And it's just, it's sad in a way. It's just like, it's like you don't treasure your hyperfixations until they're gone.
Well, like Monogle's in the chat. I just say hi. We're gonna have to get you in on one of the Silly Voices streams at some point, I imagine.
Yes.
And also, you and I should think about what we're gonna do when we hang out. Probably watch Murder, She Wrote, because goddamn, I love that show. I've not watched it for ages. Sucker for a good murder mystery.
Yes, especially one of the more character-driven. They're pretty good.
Well, I don't know what, I've always loved that show. Like I like Jonathan Creek as well. But I'm very particular in my love for mystery. Like, for example, I'm not really a big fan of Miss Marple and that like classics. Not that there's anything wrong with them. It's just not my vibe. I know the uniqueness of the magic with Jonathan Creek is one thing that attracts me, and I think just the fact that Angela Lansbury is just such a good actress, and she's such a good, genuine. She makes Jessica Fletcher so likable, is one of the reasons I love that show.
Yeah, I'm the complete opposite. Actually. I've never. I think aside from the one episode that I think I watched with you and Mole, like what feels like a million years ago, I have never seen Murder She Wrote.
Oh.
I've been more of a Poirot and Miss Marple thing. I don't like Columbo. I can't. Do I like? I don't know.
I know. Do you like Columbo? That's the mystery of the stream. Does Shadow like Columbo? Just one more question.
Yeah, I don't think I've watched enough of him. I can't remember. I don't like Monk though. I really don't like Monk at all. I don't like that one.
Monk's problematic because it is showing someone who is a neurotypical. Is that the right word for it? A neurotypical?
Neurodivergent.
Neurodivergent, that's it.
Neurodivergent, yeah.
And it's just, I don't know. Something about the portrayal just sort of just seems a bit like, I don't know.
It's too much for me. It feels really uncomfortable, kind of thing.
Yes. It's like very strong secondhand embarrassment and cringe.
Yeah, I really can't stand comedies like The Office, which really use secondhand embarrassment a lot. It just makes me want to rip my skin off with my fingernails. It's just like, no, I don't like this. Leave me alone.
Honestly, very, very minor spoilers. Even She-Hulk recently has started using secondhand embarrassment.
Oh, no!
I can't.
That's weird, because I've been watching that, and I'm like, I actually kind of don't mind it in that. But I guess it's just a taste.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, maybe your mirror neurons or whatever it's called are not flaring as badly as ours. It just sometimes some shows will have episode where I have to like watch for a minute and then stop because I can't anymore because I'm too cringed.
Yeah, no. Sometimes it's just like, no.
That type of cringe where you just turn in on yourself, you know?
Oh, I hate that. Absolutely hate it. It's like, oh look, like the one thing I really hate is like, oh, we're gonna do a misunderstanding, and now the character's going to embarrass themselves in front of the people they love, and I'm just like, I hate this.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like this is something I've done in real life, and I want to consume my entire body.
Yeah, for me, one of those things is the trope that is quite often used, or maybe even abused, which is where you start with a little white lie and then it snowballs and you have to keep it up until it just explodes in your face. Just whenever I get a whiff of that this is what's happening, I'm really have to force myself to keep watching.
Yeah, I like Midsummer Murders as previously stated, but I do have to say only the first Barnaby. The second Barnaby doesn't work for me somehow. I do like Midsummer Murders, but I for Midsummer Murders, it's
how
it's
it clearly lies. They clearly have murders not in Midsummer. How can they do this?
To me, it's more a case of this is like popcorn television. I don't like. It's like I don't need to think too much about it.
Oh, fair.
Just eat, have it on in the background, do the thing. Never watched Bones. Can't comment on it.
Yeah, not me.
Yeah, I can't comment on the Bones. I've never seen it.
Bones. This is what you get. This is what you get, chat. You get.
Damn it, Jim! I'm a doctor, not a detective.
You get insightful talks about deep philosophical things, and then you get Bones.
Yes.
Bones. But that's why you're tuning in.
That's why you tune in.
To Bourne.
For some reason, I got the Tweety Pie song suddenly stuck in my head, and I don't know why. I tore a putty cap.
Yeah. Oh God, that takes me back.
Yeah, I remember a long time ago in a millennia far away when Yahoo used to do like radio stations, and this was before Spotify, okay kids, when it would give you a random song, like a new song each time, and it would be like, how do you like this song? Do you like it? Do you want more of it, or do you want less of it, kind of thing? And you could rate each song, and depending on its rating would depend on whether it came back in your rotation again. And I thought that was really cool.
And that day, Yahoo and the internet learned so much about the music that Shadow likes.
Yeah.
And then they shut it down because apparently, like, allowing people to naturally discover new songs just like randomly over a course of time. No, we're not going to do that. You should pay for them.
Oh,
The music
God.
industry can get hit with a baseball bat.
God, the music industry can go get fucked, in my opinion. They're the one that caused all this aggro on YouTube and for creators and such.
All those industries, I would say, music and film and game industry should be put into attention and explained thoroughly what is what.
With a bladed object.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably what it was, Lemming. It wasn't an efficient algorithm. It just allowed people to discover new songs and genres they might like. But
which is the kind of algorithm that I'd love.
yeah, I absolutely adored it, and I wish there was something else. I think Spotify used to do something of that, but I'm very old, so I don't know.
Because currently the algorithm is like you play an indie rock ballad and then you get 1,500 indie rock ballads in your queue.
Yeah, that kind of reminds me of YouTube though. Occasionally I listen to one piece of music that I haven't heard in quite a while, or or I just look it up, and then YouTube is like, so your mix contains this song forever. And it's just
it's just like, oh, I see you bought a bathtub. Would you like to buy another one?
Yeah, it reminds me of, like, I look for one. I look up. What was it I was looking at one time? I looked at one household appliance, and then from that day forward, that's all Amazon thought I wanted to look at.
Yeah.
I know you can hear me, Twitch. Stop it.
It's like me, where I type in sex and it just doesn't want to give it to me. I was like, for God's sake, internet.
Yeah, I know, right? It's just like...
I kid, of course.
The internet's never put out for me.
Oh.
They keep saying hot sexy singles in your area, and then they get real coy with me when I actually ask them about it.
Huh? Oh, you want us to prove it? No one's really called our bluff on this one.
Then it turns out you have to pay up front.
That's ridiculous. I hate it. Amazon offers you everything. Yeah, they offer me everything except, affordable DVDs of the entire MythBusters series with the correct narrator. I'll fight Elle on that one. with the correct narrator.
I'm sorry, Shadow, but the British narrator, I listened to it once. I'm like, this doesn't sound right to me, because I'm so used to hearing the
Robin Banks.
Robin Banks. It's like,
No, there's only one. I've forgotten which narrator I like now. It's been so long, but
which is strange because they have an amazing showman on the show,
Adam Savage.
Yeah,
that's
who could narrate this? I mean, I would say if they were switching narration parts between Adam and Jamie, that would have been hilarious. That would have been absolutely amazing.
I think it's to make the show seem a bit more personal, and a bit more not jank, a bit more wacky, as it were.
Yeah, and Lemming is absolutely right. Adam Savage's audiobook is highly recommended.
Yes, I didn't get the audiobook, but I've read the actual physical book. Yes, like full
Yeah.
100% recommendation from me.
Yeah.
Go and subscribe to him on Tested as well. He does some great stuff on there.
Oh yes. And after getting recommended this book by Shadow, I got myself the audiobook read by Adam Savage, and it's awesome.
Yes, it's very, very useful.
And he is a very good and talented narrator as well.
He's just a very good, intelligent man, really.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's a good guy.
Yes. And at heart, he's a 9-year-old nerd like we are.
I mean,
Yes.
I love seeing him talk about stuff that he has, and also especially when he's making it himself. And he's like, I remember seeing the video on his gun cabinet. People might say
You
gun
showed
cabinet.
that.
Yeah, I showed you guys that.
Amazing.
It's people think gun cabinet. That sounds a bit thing. It's like it's not like an actual gun cabinet. It is a cabinet for all of his fantasy weapons. So like Han Solo's blaster, the noisy cricket, Decker's gun from Blade Runner, all that kind of lark.
And the guns look amazing.
Yeah, the gun from Hellboy, holy shit, they all look amazing. Also, they are not guns, and it is not really a cabinet, but other than that, it's a gun cabinet.
Yeah.
It's close enough, isn't it?
I mean, it is close enough. It's like a prop suitcase, but
Yeah,
they are amazing anyway.
What else would you call it? A firearm cupboard?
All right, so
No, we've been looking at some cupboards that I would set on fire immediately.
oh god, that video. Oh god. So Shadow found something disturbing.
Oh yes. Yeah. So I found a house that was briefly popular, popular, I say in inverted commas, in 2020. So I'm 2 years behind on this.
Yeah.
Yay!
You might say notorious.
Yes. I know. It's the Christmas Hell House, and there's a reason for that. And I inflicted it upon my two very best friends, Avac and Burr, and yeah, we yelled about it a lot.
It was painful.
It was extremely painful.
For about 1.5 hours, we were losing our minds.
Yeah, just put it this way: we have somebody who is a hoarder, who really likes Christmas, and not just like in the Santa way, in the baby Jesus way, and they like picture frames and fake plants.
Yes, and was born with a couple of silver spoons in the mouth. So they have a lot of money to burn, and they absolutely burn that money.
Yes, and also they put pictures right. They put things in front. They frame pictures on the walls. Then they put shit in front of the pictures, and also the pictures not in line with each other and are touching each other.
It's the house that it's the house of the damned.
It is the house of the damned.
And obscured by things that were in front of the pictures. The same thing with the windows, where there would be a window, there would be a I don't know, tapestry, embroidery.
Sorry, I was trying not to swear
No.
the stream, but
Oh
like,
please, fucking swear you like.
yeah, there were fucking wreaths in front of them. There were wreaths everywhere.
Every room had at least 5, maybe more.
There were no curtains, no blinds in front of these windows. It was infuriating. It was infuriating.
There was about a ton of gypsum nativity figures in the whole room, in the whole house.
Yes.
And 2 massive Nutcracker statues.
Yeah. Oh god. Welcoming you as you open the doors, like, no thank you, I'm out. fuck this shit. I'm out.
Welcoming you is a very generous term, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was more like the council has assembled to decide your fate.
It was very, and also random Japanese. What's this in the soundtrack? I wonder. What? I'm now curious. This is. Oh, it's Sung Mina's ending. Yeah, of course. So it's answers by letter. So of course it's. Yeah.
Fair.
Well, it's kind of she's Chinese, so of course she's gonna in the letter she's gonna be reading it as in Chinese.
I thought she was Korean.
Do you know what? You might be right. I don't know actually. I don't know. Yes. Answers on a postcard.
To the rescue.
I don't dare open a browser. Besides, I've got a DeLorean to construct. I've got time to fix.
I can do that.
Yes.
Don't worry.
Yeah, the man's busy.
Have to fix the space-time continuum
that we broke. We did it by accident.
Yeah.
We can't tell you what we saw though, otherwise it'll create a paradox. And,
okay. Spares? I have a spares bag. I'll just get my spares bag.
I yearn to own a Swap Blue plushie at some point. Oh, drifting. There is a Centiscorch plushie in the UK version of the Pokemon Center, and I want it. I want that little. I want my bacon bug.
You need it in your life.
I need my noodle, but I have to. I have to like pay my mortgage and stuff.
Hour into the stream, and we're on bag 2.
Nice.
Yeah, Seungmina is Korean.
She's Korean, okay. She must be speaking Korean then.
Yep. Hopefully.
Also, I do need to. When was Afterlife gonna come out? The Ghostbusters.
I have no idea when that comes out. I mean,
not Afterlife, the game.
The game.
Spirits Unleashed or Spirits something.
I think it's Spirits Unleashed.
I'm pretty sure it's sometime in October.
I know Afterlife's already out because I've seen that.
Yes, and Shadow plays in that movie. If you've seen the movie.
A character I identify with.
Yes.
I love Afterlife. I know why people are just like, oh, it's just like it's just a callback to the original one. Like, yeah, well, of course it is. What did you expect?
I loved Afterlife. I saw that in cinema with Paul, and we thought it was very good.
Yeah, I loved it.
Yeah, I loved Afterlife too. It was a lot of fun.
At the end, I cried I teared up like a big, like a child. I was like, oh no!
Good night, Lemming.
Good night, Lemming.
Yeah, good night, Lemming.
Oh, I'm halfway through my week. I'm halfway through the working week.
Yeah.
I'm nearly. I just got to get through tomorrow and Friday, and then I have a week off. And
would you like to know when Spirits Unleashed are released?
Please.
It's October the 18th.
Thank you.
And I know this because that Friday, Weird's gonna be streaming it with us.
Yes, which is why I need to pre-order
that. I need to do that as well.
Yes, I was waiting for my paycheck to come in, and I've had my payslip come in with the date that I'm going to get paid, so I can do that. And also, it's more than I expected this year. So this month, sorry. And I'm like, oh,
nice. Yeah, that's lovely.
Yeah, that probably means that I'm gonna get taxed out of the wazoo. But
I will hopefully have more this month as well, because there was shit ton of work already. And
then
there's another shit ton waiting.
Yeah. Then again, the amount of pension I have to pay through my paycheck has gone up as well. So it's like, but I'd rather like, I might never see that nest egg, but I'd rather have the nebulous promise of a nest egg rather than none at all.
Yeah, I absolutely agree.
Besides, my mum was on my back constantly. Like, my parents are on my back about two things constantly. It's either like, make sure you keep paying into your pension, and also, are you overpaying your mortgage? And I'm like, yes, I'm aware. Please stop. Please stop telling me. I am aware of both of these things.
Yeah.
My parents were kind of the other way around when I found myself a pension fund and started putting money in it. They were like, "Are you sure this is not a scam? Are you sure you don't want to use this money now?" Like, no. I want to be sure that when I'm 70 and I don't want to work anymore, I have some money.
Yeah, I mean, I totally understand like spending the money when you're like tired, because it's not going to go into the afterlife with you. But
Yeah.
when you're still my age and your age, it's just like, yeah, we need this to live. Thanks.
Yes. Yes, exactly.
Wow, life and capitalism fucking sucks. Anyway.
Well, let me tell you from experience, life in capitalism is still better than some of the alternatives.
True.
Yes, true. It's
I
almost
wish
like
we
we need
were
to find.
able to build all kinds of utopias where people are actually citizens and looking after one another and everything is great and hunky dory. But
And because they want to look after, not because they feel
Yeah.
obligation to look after.
yeah, and not because there are rules and regulations that force them to or incentivize them to.
Yeah, unfortunately, you do need
Yeah.
some rules, boundaries, and limitations for the people,
Yes.
because there's always going to be people who want to take advantage of that shit.
Yeah. Indeed.
Yeah.
And the more people you have in your society, the harder it becomes.
Yeah. I'm still like sorry to get political here, my lads, but
Mm.
I'm of the belief that if somebody is on welfare and they're using it to if like one person is using welfare to like scamming the welfare system, I don't care, because you know what, I would rather the welfare system support the 99% who need it and just deal with the 1% who are scamming it, rather than like hurting that 90% just to punish the 1%.
Yeah, but that's the irony, is that it's always also the people who don't need it that complain that people are taking advantage of the system.
Yes.
Normally the people who are in charge of companies and things, who then are like, well, if we didn't have to deal with that, then it wouldn't be such an issue. And then they're the ones that profit and off the unfortunate circumstance.
Yeah, and also surprisingly, the people who complain about it are also the people who do like triple backflip headstands to
Not pay tax.
to avoid taxes, to pay as small taxes as possible.
Yes. Well, it turns out, ladies and gentlemen, I don't give a shit. As long as, you know, it's just like, oh no, somebody is gaming the welfare system. Okay, I don't care. Like 90% of people, I'm paying my taxes to support the 90% of the people who do actually need it.
And in case there's anyone watching here who doesn't appreciate Shadow's viewpoint, I want to point out that Shadow is not a representative here of myself here at ebackthecat.com. However, if you wish to complain, you can divert that complaint, not to me or even to Shadow, you can divert that into the shredder that's next to your computer. Thank you very much.
Oh,
Because quite frankly, I agree with her.
Yeah, just go outside. You see that wheelie, and just get into the wheelie bin. Close the lid on top of you.
If you don't have a shredder at home, there is another orifice that you have on standby that can accept your complaints.
If you don't have a shredder at home, store-bought is fine.
All of you just assume my shredder's on my PC. Well, it's more a case of, you know, my point is made. It's like, I don't care. You know, I kind of agree with her.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I could argue. Sorry. Yeah. No.
Yeah, I'm just a belief of, I think we should help people, actually.
Yes.
Yes, we should. I would agree that I would argue that the welfare should there's welfare and welfare, because you have some that is really properly distributed and properly like thought through, and there is some that is just distributed like for political reasons and no other.
The problem is some people look at things in very different ways. I say that because people look at equality and they say, "Oh, that's not fair. They're getting more help than I am. It should be equal." And I'm like, look, when you say equal, what you really mean is equity. Because I was, people don't know, I'm actually deaf in my left ear. I actually had to have help in school. And there was a point in my life that I was told that I probably will only just barely scrape by educationally wise. I probably won't go to higher education, and that'll be my life. Funny enough, I ended up not just doing fairly well. I walked away with all my GCSEs, no AS levels, but with 3A levels, and also ended up going to university. So, you know, and I did that because I had help and assistance in school to help me reach that potential. Because I was half deaf. And people say, well, it wasn't fair because you had help. It's like, if I hadn't had that help, I wouldn't have reached my full potential. You didn't need that help, therefore, you know.
Yeah, you needed the help to be on the baseline as somebody, as a like fully hearing person.
That's why people from certain, shall we say, certain neighborhoods or certain backgrounds are given a bit more leeway in job interviews than others because they're considered to not have as many opportunities. You know, people may say, "Well, that's unfair." It's like it may sound unfair from a treating point of view, but it's fair in what the result is. That they're given the same kind of opportunities as yourself. It's a very, like most things in the world, it is extremely complicated and very nuanced, and not as simple as people try and make it out.
Yeah.
Also, one might say being born into money, being born into fairly rich family in a fairly developed country is already unfair, and you're not putting yourself to the same scrutiny of fairness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's always someone worse off than you. There's always someone who needs help, and they should get the help.
Yeah. Yeah. I like to say the thing I try to live by is the world has enough misery in it already. No need to add to it.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's just like life is hard. Life is hard and miserable, and I hate, and you know, sometimes it can be hard to get through it, and I just, why make it any harder than you have to be? You know?
Because some people feel insecure and that if everyone was the same, they have nothing which to measure themselves against.
Yeah, and I think those people are just like, I have suffered, why don't you, kind of thing. And to that I say, you're just kind of a dick, man. You're just kind of a dick.
Are we talking about From Software fandom now?
I got dunked on Twitter for that community, being told that Dark Souls isn't that hard. I'm like, and
what?
Well, what I love is someone says Dark Souls isn't hard. It gives you all you need to learn as a player, but what you need to know is the difficult thing is you need knowledge. I'd look up a guide, and then I'm like, if I have to look up a guide to play your video game, you failed to appropriately give me the information I need. You know?
Yeah, exactly. Like, a lot of old games back then.
Yeah, that's one thing, and also the other thing is that in games usually you will have like maybe 2 or 3 levels of magnitude between like regular characters and bosses. Right? In Dark Souls, it's way more levels of magnitude between them. You just breeze through the regular mobs, but with bosses, suddenly you have to learn, and you have to sort of learn through trying to survive time and time again.
Yeah, and
it's like, would you like some pain?
Yeah, exactly. I'm not programmed for that. I actually kind of I remember reading an article from PC Gamer, and I want to kind of agree with. You know, after I finished a gaming session, I like to feel like I've made some progress. And if I'm at the same place I was at the start of that hour gaming session, and I've not made progress, then I'm going to be less inclined to want to continue playing because I'm just hitting my head against a brick wall.
And that feels like a job, baby.
And people will say, "Oh, so you want game?" And people will take that and say, "Oh, so you just want games to hand you the win." It's like, no, there's a difference between being difficult and having an easy and having a progression system. The problem is Dark Souls is very obfuscated in what it presents to you. It doesn't give you the information. It has stuff that happens behind the scenes that you wouldn't even know about unless you researched it. And it's like, oh, there's so much to know that it's kind of crazy that people say that you should play it and, you know, not complain. It's like, no.
Yeah, and I would definitely say that with Dark Souls and with bosses and with levels and with discovering things, it's like you either spend hundreds of hours on the game, which not everyone has hundreds of hours to spend on one game to just be frustrated by.
Yeah.
Or yes.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm not a teenager anymore, and I'm not in university. I have a job. I need to support my life. I have like house chores to do, kind of thing. I don't have the time to put into games that I did usually.
I'm fully behind this idea because I've seen it happen a lot more recently, where the game very much allows you to define your level of difficulty. What I mean by that is, one thing I'm glad that we're kind of getting over the phrase that the era of if you're playing on easy, you shouldn't be, you shouldn't be playing at all. You know, this kind of mental fortitude of like, I'm so much better than you and attitude, which I can't stand. Like in The Last of Us Part 1, I can set the combat difficulty to be very easy and the puzzle to be very hard. And that's a more enjoyable experience. To me, I get more out of the puzzles than I do the actual combat. And in fact, I find the combat very frustrating at times. Being able to kind of fine-tune an experience like that is good. Yeah.
Additional difficulty in The Last of Us comes from the fact that it's sometimes really difficult to some people might have much more problems trying to aim with a controller. It's much more difficult on average than trying to aim with a mouse. And in a game where you do have to aim and pretty quickly into enemies or otherwise you get screwed. There would be gauntlets that I, for example, was struggling for a very long time.
Margot says it makes me miss my big chest of Legos.
Yeah. I remember. I remember having like a big tub of Legos.
And Drifting says, I play Devil May Cry on easy, bite me. See, that's the attitude it should be. The idea is like, you beat Devil May Cry on easy, well done. You know?
Yeah, exactly. You did it. I beat Mass Effect on easy. I mean, I'm probably going to play it on normal whenever I get around to it in the Legendary Edition.
I beat the Mega Man collection on easy, which is called using the rewind feature. People will say, we didn't beat Mega Man, did you? It's like, I saw the end. You know? To me, the frustration of dealing with the bullshit of what old games do, try and shove on you, nah, I'm good, thanks.
Yeah, I got shit to do. Ain't nobody got time for that shit anymore.
Yeah, and also just because I beat Mega Man on easy doesn't mean I'm gonna take away your brag trophy. Come on. Chill.
Yeah.
Well, their issue is that I beat the game with effectively a cheat. So that's why, you know. So am I?
Well, they're gonna really hate me then, because that's how I beat the original Doom. Bite me.
Yeah, with a IDDQD and IDKFA.
Yes.
I'm just gaming. People can be so
elitist.
Yeah, and gatekeepery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's just Sorry, yes.
I mean,
No, you first, Burr.
yeah, please go on first, Beth.
Because it feels like they are so unsure of themselves. They have like so low self-esteem, and they have to find something that defines them, something that they're good at it. When when it defines them so much, they see every change in that as a threat to their being, to what represents them. So
Yeah,
if suddenly the game gets to be changed because there's an easy mode added, it suddenly threatens how they perceive themselves.
You guys remember
yeah,
you guys remember when Cuphead came out and there's that whole discussion about how you can't beat the game if you play on the easy levels?
yeah.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
was that. I didn't know.
I don't agree with that shit. It's like that's just making people feel bad because you're making them go through all those loops only to be like, oh yeah, the true ending can only be unlocked if you actually do the, or no, not even the true ending, just the
Well,
ending can be
the
unlocked.
ending,
Yeah,
yes,
Yeah,
the ending can only be unlocked then. Yeah, it's
yeah. At that
mm,
point, it's just like don't even give people the option.
yeah.
yeah, it is a bit mean.
It's a bit like because that happens on in the original Streets of Rage 2 actually.
Mm.
Um,
Yeah,
if you
I
play
think
the
there are.
game, yeah, there were some older games where you can't play. If you play the game on easy, you can't get you can't even finish the game because the game will end about few levels in and say like, oh, to get further in the game, you have to play on a harder difficulty.
Yeah, isn't
Yeah.
there a Twisted Metal that does something similar to that?
I don't know about Twisted Metal. I
Mm.
don't recall that. Maybe there is. I don't know.
I've
I've not
never
heard of
never
it.
played Twisted Metal even.
I know it's one of those car combat
Mm.
It's a car
run
combat
people
game.
over
I've not
games.
heard of that in my experience. I know I've played. I mean, it could have happened in Twisted Metal 1 to 3. So I played 4, World Tour, which is a remake of 2. So I guess not wasn't in that.
Mm.
And Head On and Black, but no, I don't recall any of that in the Twisted Metal series. But yeah, I don't know.
I might have misheard which one it came from. It's entirely possible. But yeah, no,
Yeah.
we play games on easy, and yeah, we do. And
Yeah.
Well,
I completely agree. I completely agree with you, Burr, because I used to be one of those people where it's just, but in a sort of a different way. Because I used to be a bit like that with WoW, where it's like, oh yeah, I got the Pathfinder, I got flying the hard way, where we had to walk both uphill both ways in the snow, carrying like over encumbrance sort of shit on our back both ways in the snow upside down in a hedge kind of thing. And but it's but here's the thing, guys. If you try it, like trying to define your self-worth around a video game or being good at a video game is cool until you make a mistake or you get old or the next generation surpasses you, and then your entire framework of self-esteem just comes crumbling down and you feel like a piece of shit. Don't do that.
yeah, I
Don't make it your entire personality. Make it a part of your life, but not like the entire formation of your entire personality, or it goes horribly wrong. Somebody mail this to Tumblr.
I will always start a game on medium because there have been most instances where I play on easy, and I feel like it could be more challenging, and
Mm.
that's
Yeah.
perfectly legitimate and
I
fine.
mean, I I mean, the starting the game and playing the game on medium usually is the best approach because not every company and not every game can be properly tested in other difficulty modes.
Mm,
So
Yeah,
you can't guarantee that other than default difficulty mode is properly tested, is not broken, and is entertaining.
yeah. I remember, kids. One man's easy. Well, one man's normal difficulty is another person's hard mode. So
yeah, that's the thing. It's important to remember. I mean, I like I said, I start on that, and if it's too difficult, I turn it down to easy because I like games where it's like, oh, you're partway through the game. You want to adjust the difficulty to be easier or harder? Yeah, you can do that. No problem at all. I don't like at games where it's like, no, you selected medium at the start of this game 5 hours ago. You're going to stay on medium, young man.
Yeah,
Yeah, and it's
that's
just like you're not my dad. You don't tell me what to do.
yeah. Luckily for most games, that's a thing of the past now.
Most games these do offer
Yes.
in-game you can change difficulty at any point in game, which I
Yeah,
really
you
like
can
that as a
change on the
feature.
fly.
Yes.
That really is great because you want to stay on this part of the curve when it's challenging but not frustrating.
Plus, it also means that I'm more likely to try the harder difficulty because
Yeah.
I'll be swanning around in like Forbidden West, and I'll see a similar thing, and I'm like, well, fought a lot of you on medium before, and I've done pretty well. I wonder how hard you are on like the hardest difficulty. I'll just go onto my options, turn up to hard, and if I get my ass kicked, I'm like, well, that was an experience I don't want to repeat.
Yeah.
Turn you back down again, or actually,
Yeah.
or go through it and like actually it's quite fun, and yeah.
Yeah. Also, different parts of the game are feeling different for different people.
Hmm.
Exactly.
Like I was trying to play Star Wars Squadrons on veteran, and a lot of missions were pretty fun and pretty fine for me. And then there were some that were like, I'm too frustrated. I'm repeating this mission for the 25th time. I'm getting back to easy, but then another mission was like, this is way too easy for me. I'm going
Mm.
back to normal.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's almost like having options is a good idea. And
Yes.
it allows people to tailor their experience the way they
Yeah.
want.
Yeah.
One question I'm going to raise, and I'm going to bring up on the podcast in the future at some point to talk about is trophies and achievements and things like that. Which I know that some people don't care about them,
Yeah.
which is perfectly legitimate. But I've actually quite liked a recent
Mhm.
trend
Yeah.
in gaming where they're like, okay, we're going to not do any trophies for multiplayer, and we're not going to do any trophies for like completing the game on different
Mhm.
difficulties. We're just going to offer the one trophy for completing the game, no matter what the difficulty, and that's it.
Yeah. I
I like that.
Yeah,
More
I
of this,
like that.
please.
Yes. I would also say that if you limit the number of times you have to go through the game, the better. Because I've been recently
Mass
playing Little,
Effect.
yes, like Mass Effect. I've been recently playing Little Orpheus, which is an adorable, wonderful game. It's very funny. It's really hilarious platformer, but it has this problem that collectibles only appear after you beat a level and you go through it again, which is absolutely fucking
Oh
bonkers. I
no,
hate it.
Yes, I think that would wind me up quite considerably.
that would wind me up.
Yeah, I I'm pretty sure I know what the devs would say. Like from our points of view, the Jedi's are evil. I mean, from
I saw where that was
yeah,
going, and I'm
yeah.
like,
It's like
fixing it.
from our point of view, we want the experience to be first, uh, ex- the game to be first experienced with the entire narrative and everything, without having to look after the collectibles and
Here's the
such.
thing. Here's the thing, game
Yeah.
developers. We gamers have a thing called um, we like to find things as we go. Like generally, I won't search for collectibles in my first playthrough. Well, I will. I'll search for them, but I won't be if I miss any. Like I noticed that I missed any on like a stat screen. I won't exactly go back and try and look for
Yeah.
it. I'll just move on, and then I'll do like a playthrough where I collect everything, where I get everything. Yeah, the last vestiges of you to get.
Yeah.
I don't like the fact that game is saying no, you got to effectively play through the game twice.
Yeah, which another problem
Yeah.
with that is if those collectibles were put in interesting, challenging places, then yeah, but they are put in such an uninspired way. It's just you go through the game and you just accidentally sort of collect them.
Mm.
They could have just literally just allowed people to collect them at the first approach, and not have to force people to get them later. I hated that. I love the whole game, but I hated that particular thing in it.
Yeah, I bet. Like I'm one of those people who will crawl all over the map. Right, I'll sense the critical
Same.
path and go. I'll go I'll go the exact opposite direction of that and go sniffing for collectibles like that.
People could ask me, what's the ending cutscene in Skyrim and Fallout 4 and Fallout New Vegas? And I'd say I have no fucking clue because I've never finished those games.
Yeah.
There's an ending to Skyrim?
Apparently so.
There's a story mode in Skyrim.
Apparently so.
I mean,
I think
those games are being still played, and there are people who have thousands of hours on that game, not because they're playing it from start to end again and again. They have never seen the ending of the game. They're just having fun in the world.
Hmm. Those are the best
Yeah.
people.
You end Skyrim and you're bored of playing for that day.
Yeah, yeah. I think that's the only way to play.
Yeah, I mean true. I mean, I've kind of joked and used Skyrim as my example about how people are all too willing to say, "Oh, games are too expensive. I'm not going to pay, 50 quid for a game that's only 6 hours long." I'd be like, "Oh no, but you'll pay 50 quid for a game that takes 100 hours, won't you?"
Sweats nervously as I
Yeah.
play Disney Dreamlight. But then again, that was only like, what the
Mm.
Okay, no, price is an issue within the industry, and I think especially these days. But I just feel like people always argue that a game is too short and it's not worth the money, but they never think about
I
games.
hate that.
I
Yeah,
hate that too.
They did this
That's-
fucking nonsense with Cult of the Lamb. They were like, oh, it's
yeah,
only
just
7 hours. It's like, fuck
7 hours.
not
Yeah,
I not even. I mean, it's 17 hours, so they're like, it's only 17 hours. That's nothing.
yeah. Which I'm like thinking, 17 fucking hours is an
Yeah, it's a
age.
lot. For
yeah,
me,
it
it's a
felt like
game that
a
will
fucking age when I was
slow. Yeah,
playing.
yeah. 17 hours is a game that might, if it's not engaging enough, it might slowly start overstaying its welcome.
It did a bit for me. But see, that's the
Yeah,
thing. The thing is, like, you can have an approximate time it amount
yeah,
of hours that a game
yeah.
gives you,
There's
but
only yes.
it
Go ahead.
depends on the person.
There is only a finite amount of hours that you can stand shoveling shit around.
God, tell me about it.
I Yeah, I really enjoyed when it came out all those years ago, Journey. And I always remember there was such discourse around
Yeah.
then about the game being, I think it was even 25 or something, £25, and people saying,
Mhm.
but it's only like 3 or 4 hours long or something like that. I don't know if it's actually that long. I can't remember how long it is, but that discussion, and I'm like, it's also Drifting says, someone please save me from Etsy. What are you buying on Etsy?
Yeah. What are you buying?
You mean
I,
Etsy, which has all the great shit?
if you give me your home address, I will save you from it.
No,
Oh God! Don't do it. It's a trap.
it's a trap.
Burr's lovely. I mean, you wouldn't use it to do anything nefarious, but you'll suddenly find yourself you've got deliveries, and it's all thanks to him.
Yeah.
Although I did say I did buy a wall mount for this Lego set from Etsy. So
Oh. Oh yeah. Uh L
Mhm.
question.
Yes,
Somewhat spoilery from Act One of Return to Monkey Island. Did you find another person to whom you can show horse armor?
I did not. No.
Uh, if you still have a save game from Act One, go back to the museum and show it to Conrad.
Okay.
Because that's the second person in Act One that you can show the horse armor to.
I do love that. There's a nice little gag they throw in.
Yeah,
Um,
it's great.
or I could recapitulate what happens.
That's fine.
I think our friend would like to be supplied.
I'll
Yeah.
be glitter bomb. You won't be glitter bomb. There's no way Burr would do that. Burr's not that.
No.
Burr's not a monster.
Yeah, Burr is a good boy. He'd never do that.
Yeah. Oh, good job. You escaped Etsy with your money intact. Yes. It is not an easy task, so
One
all
does
the
not.
more we're proud of you.
One does not simply browse Etsy.
Yes.
What makes me laugh is I've never seen those films, and I recognize that meme. That's how you know something's in the zeitgeist of
Yeah.
the world, when you've not seen something, but you know the meme.
Which is knowing your partner. It is really bonkers that you've never seen those movies.
Yeah,
Knowing is half the battle.
yeah, that's yeah. My partner's big into the Lord of the Rings series, but we never sat down and watched it. Yeah.
I still remember that bit of Jackbox where it was like, "What are all these place names from Lord of the Rings?" And everyone's like, "What?" And Burr was just like, "My time has come."
My time has come. It's
Like, I could
my
almost,
round now.
yeah, I could almost see, you know the memes where the characters' eyes light up and they're just
Mm.
like
Yeah.
they're like beams. That was
Ding.
Burr's eyes. Like, yes.
Yeah. Yeah. The only problem with that particular Jackbox game was you have to be fast. You have to be
Yes.
really quick. And that's not my forte.
I don't doubt that if I ever had like a round like that, it would be about Star Wars or something.
Yes, you'll be like,
Yes.
I am ready for this. Although
I mean,
I completely forgot that Tom Hanks even existed in one of the rounds. I was like,
yeah.
I don't. It was like, here, like, go through celebrity names, and I'm like, bold of you to assume I know anything about celebrities.
Yeah, it was like he played in Private Ryan. Who is that? Oh no, I don't
I've
remember.
never even seen Private Ryan. What?
His first name is Thomas, his last name is Hanks. Who is it? I don't know.
I probably would have gotten it then, but I was just like, you're asking me questions that I don't
Yeah.
like. Weird FTW might not watch films, but I have no idea
Yeah.
about actors.
Yeah. You're stressing me out, game. I can't. I don't know. I don't think. I don't know how.
Drifting? We don't speak of the transactions of my past.
Uh,
I get that. I feel that sometimes. Like, oh, I was telling these two. I was browsing YouTube today, looking for stuff to have on in the background while I worked, and there was this video which was like, the darkest secrets of the dwarves in D&D kind of thing. And I'm like, okay. So the problem was the thumbnail of this YouTube video about D&D dwarfs was that they were using Darkine dwarfs from World of Warcraft. Different fantasy, different lore, completely different type of dwarfs, and
yes.
I just like you
How?
could have gone for the bronze beards, maybe even the wild hammer, the ones that even look like generic fantasy dwarves, but no, you had to choose the dark eye, and the most distinctive of all of WoW's, World of Warcraft's bloody races.
Maybe that was the whole point. Have you listened to that video in the end?
No. No, it angered me so much.
Because now I'm thinking whether the whole idea about the dark secret wasn't that there are no black dwarfs or something.
We're not going to talk about World of Warcraft's.
Hmm.
I must admit, when I was thinking about it, I was like, okay, so the Dark Iron Dwarfs have been, until relatively recently, the villainous sector dwarfs, and they have black skin.
Oh boy.
Ooh.
Yeah, and it's just like, and I hadn't realized it until like recently, and I'm like, oh, that's uncomfy.
Yeah, that's awkward.
Yeah, and that's not me saying, oh, Blizzard. It's not to say that Blizzard is racist, although we've had allegations. That's just to say it's a teeny
Yeah, it's like
tiny bit
yeah,
tone deaf, especially when
it's
you take
yeah.
into account what happened with the Black Dragons, which I hadn't really thought about until somebody said, "Do you think it's quite weird that the Black Dragons are connected to the Earth, and they're the only race of dragons which are they're the only type of dragons which are like corrupted and evil, and we've only got like one or two of them that are uncorrupted by." by N'Zoth, and oh, they're all represented. All their mortal forms are represented by black people.
Mm.
Mm.
Yeah, I mean that definitely is very awkward, but it's
May I just interrupt quickly?
yeah.
I want to say I love the response there from Drifting, saying Blizzard has issues, that's for sure. And I'm really thinking that is probably the understatement of the
That's the
fucking
understatement of the
season.
year.
Yeah, I just like the fact
Anyway,
that she just went yikes.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, and that
yeah,
yes.
that is yikes forever.
yeah,
And I was thinking about the black dragons, if not for the fact that they have human forms,
yes,
then it would not have been that much of a sort of. It still could be interpreted as racist, but in the
yeah,
cultures it was usually like day is bright good, night is black bad.
yeah,
So without knowing other races, still black was like interpreted as not good. It's but the fact that they have human forms, which are dark skinned, it gives a whole new context to the thing.
yeah. I would agree with you, Burp. There is a slight problem with your assertion, though. World of Warcraft dragons are kind of cribbed from D&D, and the thing with D&D is it's to make a long bit of lore quite short. The chromatic dragons, like the the um the metallic dragons tend to be the good ones, and the chromatic dragons, the red, the blue, the whatever, are
Mhm.
are have traditionally been the quote unquote evil ones, and
No, no, no,
in
no, no.
and
You gotta say it no, you gotta say it properly, Shadow.
oh, evil,
There you go. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
uh,
except the dragons probably not evil; they're evil.
Yeah.
yeah,
Just
and the
or
thing
are they just feral?
they kind of vacillate, but they are evil because they come from the dragon queen Tiamat, who is chaotic evil.
Ah, okay,
I,
yeah.
I I have a lot of issues with the alignment system that are too deep and varied to get into right now. But the thing is, the dragon the dragons that usually come up in D&D as the villainous ones tend to be the red dragons. Sometimes the black dragons as well,
Mhm.
because they live in the swamp and they can be manipulative and evil. But it's more about where they've come from, and it tends to be the red dragons because they're violent and they're like setting fire to things because red dragon
Hmm.
fire, yes. While in WoW, it is specifically the black dragons. Like all the other dragon flights are not good. They benefit Azeroth in some way. You have the red dragonflight, which is the dragonflight of life. You've got the green dragonflight, which looks after nature and the Elmwood dream. You've got the bronze dragonflight that looks after time and
Hmm.
yes. And then you've got the blue dragonflight, which was antagonistic for a little while because Malygos went off the fucking deep end. But they look after magic and stuff like that. So you notice there's five dragonflights here that are all they're all quote unquote good guys. And you got the one dragonflight, the black dragonflight, that takes mortal forms that tend to be of black skin, that tend to be of people of colour that are villainous.
Yes. That's
Yes.
yeah.
Oof.
That's why when you add the fact that the mortal forms have people of color, it changes the whole context here, and it's suddenly
Yeah,
not as easily excusable.
yeah, I think that's what got it. I hadn't even noticed. I can't remember what it was. I think it was a Tumblr post that kind of mentioned it, and I thought about it for a second. I'm like, oh yeah, that's
Yeah,
hmm.
that's very very awkward. Yeah.
Yes.
I want to know what bit I'm making right now because I'm making this little bit here.
Isn't that
Um,
like isn't that suspension?
no, what I think it is, and it's only theory. I think it's the mechanism for the god, or at least probably
The
Maybe
gull-winged
For
doors,
the
right?
doors.
maybe, yeah, for the Goldwing doors. Because of course, I imagine it being on something here, and like ding,
Yeah.
whether or not, yes. Trust the
Yeah.
process, back. I do trust the process. I just always like to think, what am I building? What am I building? Yeah.
Yeah, I must admit,
Yeah.
it took me a little while to figure out what I was building with the Ecto, because
Yeah.
there is a lot of chassis construction and
Yeah.
groundwork laying
Yeah.
down for like all the moving
W-
parts.
when you were building Nova, also for quite a while, it was like, what the fuck am I building right now?
Yeah, and then you start seeing little bits, and you're like,
Yeah.
oh,
Oh, it makes sense now. Yes. Mm-hmm.
All right then. Okay, I do this. I do this.
what you got there? A smoothie.
A smoothie.
Yeah. Well, and yes, drifting. We absolutely do love it when you post when you clip
Yes.
streams. That is there goes a piece. It definitely is. It's nice to see those clips. I always smile when I see you starting to work on them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do have to mute it occasionally because I have other things to do, and you work fast. You work
Yeah.
fast, my dear. You go like the absolute clappers.
Yeah.
But
And
it's
also,
great.
the number of clips from an episode just shows us how many amazing moments we have
Mm.
over in each week, which is awesome. It's like almost like every 2 minutes there is a clippable moment.
As it should be. As it should be.
Yeah.
Yes. And remember, kids, if you see somebody stealing, no, you didn't.
What?
That
Yeah.
was
Stealing
one
what?
of our discussions. It was like, if you see somebody stealing, no, you didn't.
Yeah.
Ah.
Especially food.
Yeah. Nobody steals food. Well, they steal food in a capitalistic way, but in like they need to eat.
Yeah.
Come
I have
on.
a crab.
You have a crab?
Yes.
Every spaces. Don't worry about it.
I am. I'm also playing. I'm also playing Disney. I'm losing my life to Disney Dream Valley, so
Yeah.
I have a crab.
Ah,
I have a
not
crab.
not, not a lobster then.
No,
No.
There's no Sebastian.
I need a. I do need a. You raise an interesting point. Now I can catch lobsters in this game,
Oh,
and I'm like, oh, but Ariel's friend is a talking lobster.
I'm sure she
Uh,
won't mind. I'm sure she won't mind.
she's watched me fish a couple of times, so she doesn't appear to mind.
I mean, she's the kind of person who would forcefully break open a clam and press towards her boobs. So she might be okay with you catching her friends.
I think that clam was already dead, sir.
If it's not, it's
Who
having a good time.
who knows if it's that?
That clam wasn't gay when she started, but it is now. I'm definitely going to hell there. I'm definitely going to hell for that one.
Oh Jesus Christ! I'm going to hell anyway. Like I've already told. I pretty much made my views on religion quite clear, which is if you support religion, that's fine. That's entirely up to you, and I wish you luck with it. Everyone needs something to believe in. Me, I'll be asking God where I'll be asking the angels. I want to speak to your manager once I get there.
Yeah.
If I wake up in heaven, I'm like, right, well, I want to speak to your manager.
I immediately yeet you back down. Like, oh no. Yeet.
Yeah, if there is a higher power controlling things, I am gonna be a Karen as well.
Yeah, I have a lot to. I just want. I would just ask them one thing. I would just like, can I at least see Can I at least see my grandpappy, my grandparents one last time,
Oh
and then
yeah,
you can eat me down into hell. Okay.
Yeah, that'd be my view as well.
Yeah, let me see my
Uh,
granddad's one last time.
Drifting, as you can imagine, I watch The Click
Okay.
occasionally.
I don't even know what the click is.
Yeah,
Neither do I.
that's a Swedish guy that reacts to memes from
Oh.
Reddit. He's very cursed.
Well,
Also, he's
Worried.
he's reacting to stuff on Reddit, so of course he's cursed.
yes. Also, he's a champion of uh, trying to convince himself and the world that he's not a furry.
Just admit you are. It's not. It's not an awful thing to
hard.
be. You know,
Yeah, I'm probably a furry.
I'm
To
an
be
ex.
honest,
I'm an ex.
I am an ex-parrot.
I'm an ex-parrot.
Ex-parrot.
No, I am like no. In full seriousness, I am probably a furry. I've just haven't got the art talent to be to
Yeah.
be among them. But like you guys have seen my race whenever we play like RPGs, it's just like I do not want to be the human. I want to be the burb.
Mm.
I want to
Fif-
be the burb or the lizard-like race.
That's very refreshing whenever I get a group and there's like no human among them in terms of RPGs.
Mm.
Which I have nothing wrong. I have no issues with humans, especially in the setting I do, because of course I do Star Wars. A human is actually useful to have on your party because if you ever want to deal with the Empire, it's kind of nice to
Yes. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
have a human on your side.
Someone who they accept. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, it's quite refreshing to, after having so many years of having multiple humans in a group, having a group where
Yeah.
there was no humans. It was quite weird.
But I really love in Star Wars that you can so easily have a non-humanoid alien, like
Mm,
an Ithorian, for example.
mm.
It was
yes,
like
I do.
partially humanoid, partially not, and it works.
Yeah, I did used to be among the quite obnoxious sect of people who were like, "Oh, I'm already a human in real life. Why would I want to play a human in a video game?" But then I kind of realized that's kind of a shitty view to have, and
Yeah,
just let
because some people want to just play something that's familiar with them because they can relate to being a human. So,
Yeah, and also I have discovered that it's also nice to have like you don't need it in a party, but it is nice to have a human amongst a party of alien characters, or like a human in amongst a group of fantasy races, because it gives a baseline, and it's
mm,
also variety in and of itself.
Yeah, it's like when when everyone is a different kind of alien, then that human is also a kind of alien.
Yeah,
If you
exactly.
if you're able to disconnect yourself from thinking that human is just the default because you are human.
Yeah, that's what I really like about our current RPG party because everybody
Yeah.
is different. Everybody's a different race in this one. In
Yeah.
this one.
I I especially it hit me,
oh
especially with
no!
one of the books
What?
where I yes.
You ever get to the end of a section where you're making something, and it's like, oh,
Mm.
by the way, make 2 of these.
Ah, I hate that.
Oh,
No.
oh no.
It's not
Yes.
it's not the Gullwing door. Carry on, carry on.
Yeah. Because I remember one of the books, it was about Hera. I think it was the A New Dawn, where it's described how Hera had to take a long time to get used to the fact that humans have hair.
Yeah, good point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember there being a. I remember writing a fan fiction where my Twi'lek smuggler was trying to understand why her love interest was just like I don't get it, and he was I think he was trying to explain something to her, and she was like I don't know. Although I
Mm.
will just say something. The law that says that Twi'leks don't have any body hair is a shit piece of law, and I will tell you why. They're a desert species. Why do they not have eyelashes? That's the
Mhm.
one thing that gets me. It's just like you're living in the fucking desert. You need eyelashes to keep the sand out your fucking eye.
Yeah.
That
Yes. Also, eyelashes help you protect the eyes from the sun as well, because they distort the light and it's a bit darker.
I'm just gonna
Yeah.
play devil's advocate here. Ryloth is it's an arid and hot world, but it's not sandy like Tatooine. It's kind of like
Yeah.
more like it is more like dusty, even though I do agree with
Oh,
you,
fair.
you'd still require, thing. Yeah, that's the thing. People forget they come from an arid homeworld. Ryloth is more dusty and cavern
Mm,
based than it is it's whereas Tatooine is
yeah.
more sandy.
Besides, there
Mhm.
are places
That's
it's a bit muddy as well, because there are places where it has overgrowth and plant life and animal life where it's more muddy than dusty.
mhm. I would still keep that they still have eyelashes. Maybe
Yeah,
they're like they don't have any like pigment in them and the eyelashes are very short, but
I think
I'd
yeah.
still keep to that person.
Mm.
I think they do in the show. In the shows, they definitely have eyebrows, but that might be just because
I think that's
human
painted on, isn't
faces
it?
without eyebrows just look very weird, very uncanny valley.
Yeah, I think a lot I think I might have seen I don't know if it was fan lore or something, but a lot of I think Twi'leks, especially female Twi'leks, like get eyebrows tattooed on just so it
To
doesn't
make
look as
themselves more attractive because they're considered to
Yeah.
be one of the more attractive races in the galaxy.
yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's possible.
Yeah, I don't know if that wasn't fan lore though, so I can't.
no idea.
It,
I actually can't comment on
yeah,
that. So
no idea, and I don't remember whether, because there are Twi'lek children shown, and I don't remember whether they have eyebrows or not.
I
But
don't
that
think
would be
they
strange if they
do.
tattooed them on children.
Well, they might just paint them on. You don't. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I'm debating the biology of a fictional a fictional
Yeah,
alien race here.
I mean that's what we're here for, to debate biologies of. Yeah, I'm looking right now at Numa from from Rebels.
good old Numa.
No, sorry,
Clone Wars.
from Clone Wars. Yeah, and she has eyebrows,
Hmm.
and she's like 3.
Yeah, I think in that regard, I think it's more what you were saying that they would need eyebrows so they don't look as peculiar.
Yes, because I remember the cursed images that were on the internet where people were removing eyebrows from celebrities and comparing the looks. Those were the most cursed pictures I've ever seen on the internet.
I must admit, I never when I used to work in McDonald's part
Mm.
time, I remember the one time I served somebody who had their eyebrows like completely shaved off and just
Mm.
tattooed back on again. And I was trying not to stare at them because they looked so weird. But it was just like
It's a
that's
look.
peculiar.
Yeah, I mean, it is very even the small and innocuous occasions. Like my mom is now gets to dyeing her eyebrows as well.
Mhm.
She was dyeing her hair all my life, but now she's also dyeing her eyebrows, and it kind of before you wipe off the excess dye, it looks like painted, very thick painted eyebrows. And the first time I've seen her do it, it was so bizarre, it was so weird.
Yeah, I bet.
I couldn't stop staring and like, what the.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like when I was younger, I was very judgmental about it
Mm,
because when you're a teenager, you don't have the best takes. Let's put it that way.
yeah, true.
But
I still don't have the best takes. It's
hey, it's fine.
Mm,
It's cool. We live and learn. But
mm,
but yeah, I used to be real judgmental about it. But yeah, I'm not anymore because one, let people do whatever they want to do.
mm,
Kind of thing.
yeah.
If they want to do it, they want to do it. And also, I somebody like reminded me like that cancer treatment makes hair fall out, right? That includes your eyebrows, and I'm like,
Yes.
Oh,
Ooh,
that
yeah.
makes
Yeah.
sense. Yes.
Yeah. That does make sense. Yes.
Yeah. So probably should not have been judgmental, and probably shouldn't have had to have the "Hey, shadow cancer treatment exists"
Yeah.
to learn that. But so long as we
Yeah.
learn from our mistakes, that's the main thing.
Yeah. But you sometimes have to take care of the eyebrows. Like I don't do much to mine, but once in a while I have to pluck some of the longer hairs because otherwise I would just look like an eagle owl, and
I
that's maybe not the best look.
I did at one point have to pluck one of my eyebrows out because it was, for some reason, it had grown so long. It reached from one side of my eyebrow to the other, and it was just like, okay, wait, why? Let's just pull it out. My mum regularly plucks her eyebrows, but I
Yeah.
leave
So
mine.
cease,
So I have like really really furry eyebrows.
it's like cease and desist.
Yeah,
But
I have I have
you
the
have
best.
very nice eyebrows.
Yeah,
I
my eyebrows are really good, especially when I do my Angie face.
Yeah. Oh, I love the angry face the photo we made when we were waiting for everyone.
Oh yeah, and I was just like, I I I s- I just sort of slipped down in the chair, across the
Mm,
like snuggled into my hoodie, across my arms. I was like, hey,
mm.
Burr, picture.
Yeah, but I've had plenty of time to look at both of your eyebrows, and both of you, like Els and yours, and I love how they look. They look great.
Do have some really nice eyebrows, both of
Oh, thank you.
Well,
Uh,
thank you.
Drifting says, I draw them back on with a pencil, and I don't have much work
Mm.
with either way, lol, but the tail end of it is just don't grow nicely. It's like a cat with whiskers that go everywhere. Plus, I have hooded on eyes, so shaping my eyebrows the way I want helps with that. Fair enough.
That's fair enough. Yeah.
Oh my God! Now I
But
remembered something about cat's whiskers.
oh,
A very old memory from childhood. When we had a cat at home, I was like 10. My brother was about 8, and he didn't like the whiskers on our cat.
Oh
oh
So
no,
no. Oh no.
he took the scissors and he cut the whiskers short.
no.
Whiskers are the best bit.
Was the cat okay?
Yeah, was it okay?
I mean, it wasn't very happy at
I
the
mean, I
end.
mean, yeah, I'm sure it would be.
The whiskers grew back and they
Oh,
were longer than before, but he got severe telling that you don't do that because cat needs the whiskers.
yeah. That's not a thing. That's not a thing you. It's not a thing you do. But I'm glad the cat was okay and the whiskers came back.
Yeah, in the end, because it was like he didn't tell anyone. But in the evening, my mom noticed like the cat looks different. There's something different about the cat.
There's something different about the cat tonight. Did you have a haircut? Yeah, oh god.
Just like, what did you do? The chorus don't know.
who, who
Yeah.
was okay? My question I've got for you there, Burr. Follow up question about that situation.
Yeah.
Who was it who was called first? Was it you or your brother?
Now he admitted because he didn't know he did wrong.
No, what I mean is like, who was the one who was called first by your mother? Was it like Burr or or whatever your
No,
brother's
no.
name is?
Before she called anyone, he admitted that he did it
Oh, I see. Okay,
because bless him, he did not know he did wrong.
bless him. Yeah, yeah. It's one of those things where he he didn't realize he was doing anything wrong.
Yeah,
He's probably that age where he's a kid. He's just like, I don't like this, so I'm gonna do
yeah,
this. And they don't think you don't think through like the
yeah. It's
ramifications
like
of your action.
Bold
also,
enough to you think that
yeah,
I do that now. Um,
yeah.
What happened to the cat? Shit.
What do you mean? What happened?
Yeah, I remember actually when my grandma had a new puppy, and I picked him up because everybody else was picking him
Mm,
up, and he wiggled, and he was a bit bitey at the time because he was a little puppy, and
mm.
I startled because he's wiggly, he's bitey. I don't want to get my fingers bitten, and I dropped him. I wasn't very big, and he didn't drop. He didn't drop very far because I was in the process of putting him down, and I just dropped. I just like let it go the rest of the way, and I got so badly told off by my mom. She was like, "Why did you do that?" kind of thing,
Yeah,
like really,
yeah.
really scolding me, and it upset me because I was like, "But I didn't mean to," kind of
Yeah,
thing.
it
I didn't
was.
intend to hurt
Yeah,
him. He was
I
fine, but
yeah,
it was
I did the same thing with my neighbor's pupper when I was like 7. I think it was 7 or 8, and
Ooh.
it was also for a pupper because it was a collie, so it was even as a pupper it was pretty big and wiggly,
Hmm.
and I'm clumsy, so I also dropped him.
no.
Oh, my sister did that with me.
Oh no.
When I was a babby, she dropped me.
Out.
I don't know. I don't recall it.
Such a traumatic event to remember.
No, I was a baby. I can't really recall that. But yes, I always remember that. It's the fact that Charlotte dropped me when I was a baby.
Oh no.
Oh.
She also locked my fingers in the car door. What that was? She had it in for me. I swear.
No, I learned that day that dogs do not act same way as cat. Cat don't mind if it dropped a little bit, but dog just go thump.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Dog's fine. Dog
but
didn't know. Dog knew jack shit, so it was fine.
yeah, but they are fine and they get up back on the feet again.
Yeah, but like my mum will like. I love my parents, but sometimes they have this way of making me feel like absolute shit for just a mistake, and it's just like, oh, please don't.
Isn't that all parents though? Really?
I don't.
Well,
I don't know. I've
I
only had my parents.
I I hope it's not all parents. I really hope it's not all parents because I really want to live in a world where not everyone grows up broken and yeah, and having to work on themselves.
Yeah, go into therapy
Yeah,
because our parents would.
yeah.
Me drama? What? Elucidate. Drifting,
What's
please.
what's happening to the me?
Elucidate. I like that word.
Yes. I could
Me
have said
Please,
drama.
elaborate, but I wanted to
please
sound.
elaborate. Yes. There's something happening to now. Now I feel like we're googling what's happening to me.
To me,
To you.
yeah. Someone was picking up what I was putting down.
It was either that or how could this happen
Bad
to
to
me?
me.
I may.
Yeah, I knew you're gonna go there.
It was one or t'other.
Yeah.
Just like, which way am I gonna go? But it's fine because I'm bi. I could go either way.
Ah!
Narrator. She did in fact didn't go anywhere.
No! I can fuck your mum or your dad. I'm just that cool.
Mhm.
Narrator. She has never fucked in her entire life.
But that's still a good text for Twitter battles. Like I'm bi. I could fuck your mom and or your dad, or I could fuck your mom and your dad.
Yeah.
I had that recently.
Yeah. I could fucking peg dad. They would enjoy it. Random love triangle. The two I didn't want to end up together picked each other and turned to me and went, "Do you agree with this choice?" No. Hey guys. I love Tomodachi live me drama. It's so stupid. Sometimes it'd be like that.
Okay, so apparently that was the suspension that I was working on.
Ooh.
Oh,
I think it's the suspension. It's something.
it's
So
something that's moving.
so you could suspend your disbelief.
Oh God, Shadow, really?
I don't
Where's
regret
You,
that.
where's Divot when you need one? When you need him?
I can try to
Can't save
replace
you
it.
now.
It's fine.
First warning for Shadow Phoenix Rider. First warning for Shadow Phoenix Rider.
You can't stop me.
And immediately in the chat we have justice.
Can't stop, won't stop.
I've gremlin this long in your presence. I'm gonna gremlin some more.
That sounds like a threat to me.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
disappear for like maybe 5 minutes, but then I'm gonna come back.
Sure.
That's cool.
Ah,
Cool. I'm just gonna steal all of his stuff. I would.
I mean, to be fair, you're not in the same country, so I'd be
Yeah,
I'd be
be-
impressed if you were to somehow do that.
yeah, it would be kind of a struggle, wouldn't it?
Yes, it would be. Yes, 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 Shadow, yes.
Why are you going evil on me all of a sudden?
No, no, no.
I mean, not that I'm complaining. Just
It's a thing. It's on brand, my dear. It's
yes, very on brand.
making progress at the very least with the DeLorean.
Nice.
Act 3 is nearly over. It's definitely gonna be another stream tomorrow night, I think.
Yes, some good shit.
Good shit.
Evil the cat.
Evil the cat. I mean, it's better than E-Back the Flat, which is what Weird called me earlier in the week.
Surely you should be called Ebak the Evil.
Evil, yeah. And funny enough, that's actually my that's my former that name is born out of my former attendance, the very fandom. Well, speaking of that, I'm gonna talk openly and candidly about that. Basically, I was part of the fandom for many years, just because I identified with I liked cats. And then as time went on, I grew to realize that it was me looking for it was me trying to find a community, and that
Mhm.
I was just kind of tagging along. I wasn't real,
Oh,
and it's one of those things where I like cats, but I wouldn't say I don't want to, I just, and it's also why I dislike all the kind of hate towards it because they're
mhm.
just normal people,
Yeah,
really.
yeah, they're just eccentric kind of people, and who isn't these days?
Exactly, and that's why I'm always like, be kind to the furry people. Otherwise, I will not be kind to you because you're a dick. Um,
Yeah, I mean, I completely understand with like tagging along with a group of people you don't like fully foot in with because you want a place to belong. I
hmm.
did that quite a bit with I'm not quite sure how to properly describe the community, but I think it's best it's the Sonic fan sprite community, like
No, I know
sprite
them. Yeah,
work and yeah, stuff like that. I was very peripheral in that, like really sort of clinging onto the edge of that kind of thing. But because I was like, yeah, I want to be part of the cool kids kind of thing, but not really just being very, very peripheral in it. It's just
and
like,
I'll hand up and say that I met some fantastic people who I'm still friends with from that community.
mhm,
It's just the fact that um, I don't know. I don't feel like I'm part of that community. Because I don't go to conventions. I don't have any desire to wear like a fursuit or anything. Really the only thing that connects me is I like cats. As in like I like cats. They're my favorite animal, and I want to get a cat and own a cat.
mhm,
Um it's a fascinating kind of. I think if people kind of sat down and actually tried to understand that community, they would get such. I mean, to be fair, they are very much associated with, shall we say, a more not safe for work style of lifestyle, and that is true.
yes,
That there is an aspect to that to them, but not to all of them.
oh
And
yeah,
that's like most things. That's only a part of that community.
yeah, of course, and of course you do have the very uh, out there kind
Hmm.
of people who some, I will say, border on criminality. However, that is not the majority of people at all. Because
Yeah.
that's like criticizing um it's
Entire
like
religion. It's
criticizing
like
the
it's
gay
like
community for like the actions
Name
of
back.
welcome back.
the guy, whatever the fuck his name was, who was drugging gay people and assaulting them in London.
Hmm.
You can't tar everybody. You can't tar everybody with a big brush just because one fuckhead was a serial killer.
Okay, I've now got to remove these yellow blocks. Weird. Why have
Huh.
I've got to
What?
remove the yellow? Oh, I see.
Oh, were they keeping something in
Yeah,
line?
they were keeping that in place. Yes,
This is the
so that you
mechanism.
can align it.
This
Oh,
this is the wheel mechanism for hover mode and drive mode.
Oh, that's
oh, this is
really
so cool.
cool.
Yeah.
Ah,
Oh,
so it's got a lever underneath that does that. Interesting. And yeah, they were keeping that in place so that effectively it wouldn't move, so that
Yeah.
they'd all be aligned. That's clever.
Yes,
Clever.
that
that
is
is
very
really
clever. I like it. Yeah.
yeah. That kind of reminds me of when I was constructing the Ecto One. I still
Yeah.
need to work out how to get the gunner's
Yeah.
chair out.
Yeah.
But that's a thought for another
Yeah.
day.
Oh,
And
not
also,
only that, those pieces then go to actually fit in a proper location on the actual build. They actually
Oh,
go
that's
here.
oh,
really cool.
oh, even
That's
better.
making use of your pieces there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
nothing is wasted.
Perfect. Yes. Perfect. Also, when I was in the powder room powdering my nose, I didn't hear what was happening here, but I still heard you going evil.
Yeah. So we were discussing the furry fandom and how I feel that they get a bit of a bad rap.
Mhm. They fucking
Mm.
well do. Holy shit. I think I think part of the reason for that is like you get a lot of young people like enter the furry community when they're like teenagers and stuff, and they're still
Mm,
trying to find their feet. And
Yeah.
yes,
sometimes they do obnoxious things like I'm sure that us three have heard a lot of RPG horror stories
of
about
course, yeah.
Yeah.
people misbehaving in TTRPGs, but I think they're young people trying to find their feet, trying to like organize their way around these new feelings that they're feeling and stuff like that. So for me, I think it's a very broad fandom where you get a lot of people in it.
Mm. Yeah.
Let's
And also
let's not
just
forget that the furry community has a very big connection with the LGBTQ community.
That too,
It's
yeah.
it's
There's a
a
lot of
that
people.
there's
too.
a lot of crossover between the two.
There's a lot of people
Yeah.
exploring their sexualities and stuff
Mm.
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what I was doing. Is basically exploring my sexuality. That's what it was.
Yeah,
Um,
and
Mm.
yeah, you people are gonna do that, and I hate to like break it to the anti-sex brigade, but like people are going to do that. People are going to do the do and find the ways that they like doing the do. You're not gonna stop them. You will never stop them.
mm,
Yeah. And people were always doing that.
Yeah. And spoiler alert, it's actually enjoyable. And I don't care how many times you say that God's gonna blow my hand off for masturbating or something or whatever the new in thing it is, like, oh, I'm going to hell, or no, my ovaries are gonna shrivel up and turn into grenades. I don't know.
Yeah.
Whatever the
The
excuse is these days.
in
But like it's
yeah.
pleasurable, it's nice, it's fun.
I
it,
heard that in some places, mostly Anglophone, it's like you're gonna go blind from masturbation.
Yeah. Kellogg's is very
Whereas,
disappointed in you, Shadow. And
yes,
then he needs to make better
better
fucking
cereal.
cornflakes, doesn't he?
yes, yeah.
I really dislike this whole
If
demonization
yeah,
of sex and such.
if
Yeah,
anything,
it's getting
if anything, Kellogg's cornflakes are a really great post-coital snack.
they are actually.
It's
Yeah, that is something I'm seeing quite a lot of. Because there's something I am seeing quite a lot of worryingly in the LGBT community,
Really?
where they're just like, oh, It's just like the straights think we have too much sex, so we must be as very anti-sex as possible. And I'm just like, oh no, I don't like where this
No.
is going.
Yeah, especially I mean this kind of puts this kind of also adds to I think the narrative that was in that James Somerton's video that you were talking about last time, where the one of the messages is like, don't let people who are not you dictate the terms.
Yeah, it's
It's like it's just reacting to what the straights want or don't want, and whether you comply or not, they will still be antagonized. They will still
yeah,
you'll still not be accepted as because you are different. So you should not be complying to what they need you to be.
yeah, because I hate it to break it to these people, and I know they want to fit in, and I know, and that's the tragic thing. I know that they're doing it to fit in,
Yeah.
that, but I hate to break it to you, but they will like if somebody is. I think if somebody is like I don't like to say if once a homophobe always a homophobe because that's not how it works. But you need to understand that the people who will threaten you, the ones who are passing legislation to curb you as a person,
Mhm.
they don't like you at all. They're not. It doesn't matter how well behaved you are. Doesn't matter how well you fit into society. In fact, that scares them more because you could be there, and they would never know. The
N-
secret game. How very
Influencing people around you.
yeah, exactly. So the only way, like, you can't accept it, so you might as well just lean into it. And that's the unfortunate thing. It's just it's realizing that, oh, those kind of people hate you and will always hate you, and it's not an like not gonna lie, it's not a nice thing to it's not a nice thing
No.
to realize, but it's okay because you're all right the way you're meant to be.
I agree with drifting here. I don't know. I can only provide my particular a spectrum of point of view, which is at this point is my potential or lack thereof is real, whether you like it or not. Now get the fuck off my front lawn.
Yes, true.
Effectively, which yeah, because the feeling I get from that post that Drifting made, I don't want to put word in Drifting's mouth, of course, is basically my sexuality is none of your business. What I get up to in my house is none of your business. But you've got to realize that those people exist, so you're going to see it. You know?
Yeah, yeah. Like, and the thing is, like, ace people have had a lot of shit thrown at them, like
From
by the
from
queer
both
community as
sides
well.
actually. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Excuse me while I just pause for a second there. Are you saying the ace community people are being targeted?
Oh, they were targeted um quite a bit on Tumblr for a little while.
Who the fuck? Who the fuck is saying bad things about my friend Drifting? I'll kill them. I will
Yes.
kill
in a
them
We
in a video game.
in a
Um,
video game. Yes.
yeah. Yeah. There are
well
there are
in
some
yeah
ideals in the queer
in re
community who are like, asexuality isn't really a sexuality because it means it's not a real sexuality. You don't get the oppression that we gays have had to put up with for all the time. It's just like, yeah, they do. They just did get it in a different way. You absolute buffoon.
I'm actually quite curious who's actually watching me build Lego as we talk about serious political issues. Yeah, on this channel, and I want to thank
Hi.
everyone. I don't want to mention names, but I want to thank all of those who are out there and listening and are not
Yes.
engaging.
yes,
Uh,
thank
you're
you
Thank you so
very
much.
much. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
You're awesome.
we occasionally assemble Legos.
And that's not an invitation saying that you need to engage. I'm just saying, you do you. If you want to, you sit and continue to lurk, as the saying is.
Mm,
Yeah. Yeah, we're like, so long as you're happy doing what you're doing, we are most content with that.
yes.
I just like to acknowledge that their presence now and then and be like, "Yay, I'm glad you're here."
Yeah, we are glad you're here.
Yes. We are.
Protect protecting this radiation screenshot.
Like,
Yes,
hmm?
it's nice to, because I felt that was just like, I know what it's like to get like pushed around and bullied when I was at school, and it's just like I don't want anybody that I know or love to
Yeah.
go through the same shit. So if that means I get to be protected Mama Shadow, then protected Mama Shadow it is.
Yes.
People often
Yes.
call me out for being quite not violent but aggressive at times. And that actually stems from lessons I learned at school, which is I broke someone's nose and was never bullied again after that. I learned a valuable lesson that day that you can be that being nice is all well and good. There are just some people out there who just don't understand anything but violence.
Yeah.
And that's sad. It is a sad reality, but yeah.
Yeah, I think I've told you before, El, that a part of me has always felt a little bit jealous about that because my bullying never stopped even when I lashed out at people. It's
Yeah.
always been a case of guy, I wish that were me kind of thing. But at the same time, kind of not, because you don't want to
Mm.
go through you don't want to go through that shit.
I mean,
God, I hate.
I made threats, drifting. I such, but my reputation at school was that such of a goody two shoes who would never do anything wrong, and then I just one day just exploded and lashed out. I end up unfortunately breaking someone's nose by accident, because I basically yeah. Okay, just to give you context to my unknown strength, I'm right-handed. I gave a backhanded open palm smack to someone back accidentally, and with my left hand side, basically turned around like that, saying "Go away," broke his nose.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Preach.
yeah,
Which is you you are under you have superhuman strength, or that was very weak nose.
yeah. I think
I
weak
think
nose because snowflakes. Um.
ah
Mm.
yeah, I think in that I think in that regard it's a case of just like you just don't know your own strength at that point.
No.
Yeah.
Because you didn't think you were going to hit him, so you're gonna like lash out with most of your strength, and then whack is like, oops.
Yeah. I then proceeded to hand myself into my head of year, because I'd done something wrong. So it's not like I then got away with it. I was punished for that. In fact, I admitted to what I did. I went straight to the head of year and said, "Hey, I've just smacked someone. I think I need to go into isolation, please."
Oh
Also, people say, "Oh, well, that's not too bad. I get suspended for a few days off school." This was a week before my GCSEs.
yeah, that's not like you've already got stress from GCSEs, and then it's just like, well, shit.
I thought my life was over. I thought that's it. My future's down the drain. But
Yeah,
thankfully, didn't work out. Well, things worked out, I should say.
yeah.
Yeah, but I gotta say, if Drifting started shouting at me, I would also stop teasing or bullying or
Oh
whatever I was
yeah,
doing.
Well, Drifting's just a sweetheart.
Yeah,
yeah. Like
absolute sweetheart.
yeah, I'm not. I won't lie. Like I don't like getting shouted at by anyone.
No.
Honestly, I like it's a surefire way to make me very very quiet, especially being shouted at by men. Like I am like immediately just go into
Defensive mode.
freeze slash flight mode. Just like I want to just crawl up in a ball. Like I understand when people like when guys get cross, and it's I know that they're not cross at me. It's just a instinctive reaction of just like ah.
Yeah, I hate being shouted at as well, and
Mm,
I'm terrified that at any given moment, someone can start shouting at me for some
yeah.
reason.
Yeah. Just like don't shout at me. I'm small. I'm just
Yeah.
small and fragile.
Also, right now there's a fly walking on my monitor, and it looks it looks like there's a gigantic fly walking all over Elsders.
Grrr.
Oh no, the invasion of the flies.
Lord of the Flies.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I believe that drifting. I would
Yeah.
like not gonna lie, I would not want to be on the end of you when you're properly angry. Like
Mm.
Yeah.
I know a few people who I would like being on the other end of being angry. No, never. Like
Yeah.
Evac's one of Evac's
You
one of them.
definitely, yeah, you told me that you're afraid to be on my bad side.
Yeah, Evac's one of them, and I've never heard Burr like legitimately angry, and I never wish to because the thought of that scares the ever living shit out of me.
No, I get angry very, very rarely.
That's
And to be
that's the reason why I don't want to know what it's
yeah.
like.
You know it's
It's
Yeah,
serious. Yeah.
yeah.
it's really difficult to get me angry to the level where I'm externalizing that anger.
Good. I good. You are a sweet man, and
Mm.
I don't
Oh,
ever
thank
want
you.
to be in the situation to find out what makes you angry.
I mean,
No,
drifting, not drifting. Shadow has seen me angry before because you've seen me quite angry at times. Probably not like actually, like absolutely rabidly fuming. But you've definitely seen me angry.
Mm,
yeah.
yes.
But
Yeah.
if I ever got angry, you two would definitely be behind my back, and I would be angry at anything happening to you. And I would be baring my teeth, growling at people.
Turn into an actual Burr.
Yes, I'll be turning to an actual burr.
The thing is, I'm always so nervous around people because I'm always doing my best not to upset someone.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
I'm the same way. It's just like I would rather bend over backwards not to make people upset.
yeah, I'm the same. I mean, you've seen me, you've heard me react to whenever I realize that they just might just have upset someone.
Yeah, you just soft you're a soft man.
There are sometimes you thought that I think each of you have had a moment where, oh, both of you have thought that you upset me seriously, and I've had to
Yeah.
calm you guys down.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. We are very soft.
Yeah, we are. We have a very soft underbelly
Ugh.
and very fluffy.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember now.
Is that bag number 3?
Bag number 4.
Oh
Oh,
wow! I
you're
I, I missed one bag.
you're really going at it.
Yeah.
I can start to see it come together now.
Yeah, you can start to see like the frame of it coming. Like I'm pretty certain that this is the front here, and this is because this seems to be more built up. This seems to be more like the back end.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
because it tends to reinforce after it. Like you do a lot of reinforcing, and you're like, oh, I see what's
Hmm.
going on here.
mm. There's any moments with Cooper 90 when I've been like, wait, hang on, time out. You good fam, or I'm actually upsetting you? No, you're fine. Okay, good. Yeah, I mean, I'm like that with these two all the time. Well,
Mhm.
my friend group in general. Um, yeah.
Yeah, I will admit it's been difficult to train myself to actually ask people when if I've upset them instead of just assuming that I already have and then agonizing over it. It's a hard lesson to learn.
Yeah,
But
it is a hard lesson to learn.
hopefully I'm getting there. Question mark.
You are. Slowly
Well,
but
yes.
surely.
Yee.
Yeah. Besides, it's even harder when you only hear the disembodied voices.
Mm.
Yeah.
It's still easier than just by text, but
Yeah.
drifting you went to.
Yeah.
Ah, your friend as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was literally about to say just how much I'm also appreciative of the friends that I've made in the last kind of couple of years that have really helped me through difficult
Yeah.
times.
Oh
Um,
gosh, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. I really wish we had one more CoxCon where we could just go and meet a lot of people.
Yeah, I know. That,
Mm,
I wish that too.
yeah.
Regret not being part of that actually. Not not
Uh,
not, not being there to be part of that all. You guys got to experience something which
yeah.
I'll never get myself.
Well, y- you never. Well, I mean, you will not experience CoxCon, but there might be other things that there are definitely things that we're building again as a community. Like we are making UK Games Expo our meeting place,
Hmm.
and also Jesse was considering having being at DGX.
Hmm.
So who knows? Perhaps he will return to that idea
Also,
when it's more feasible.
I also want to point out what Drifting just said in the chat, which I think is really, really nice. Honestly, the Saturday streams have been like
Yeah.
finding a piece of something that was missing. Like I yearn for a community, and I found it all with you, and that is so.
Yeah.
That in itself is very rewarding and wholesome.
Yes.
I don't like to use the
Yeah.
word 'cause it's a bit overused, but it's yeah, it's yeah.
Yeah, and
It's
that's what I found with with Shadow Squadron on our
yeah.
Tuesday streams. It was just like,
Yes.
oh,
It's
I
family. It's
found,
found family. Yeah.
yeah. Not that, I mean, I did find some very good friends just hanging out at weird streams, and then Shadow Squadron was just like, oh look, friends, people that you know the voices of, kind of thing. It's
Yes.
like, oh,
Yeah.
oh, this is what having friends is like. I kind of like this.
Mm.
Yeah. And it has such a profound impact on you. You
Mm,
are growing so much as a person.
All of us,
That
all of
yes,
us, I'd
all of
say,
us.
and especially drifting. Drifting is for anyone who doesn't know, is very soft spoken in general. In my opinion, very soft, melodious voice, and um, the point where you were very quiet when you first started to come along to the streams, drifting, but then you start to find your feet and come out of your shell, as it were, and you're just as talkative as everyone else is on that stream.
yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
To be absolutely fair, it's actually been very rewarding to get to know you better, drifting as well.
Definitely.
Indeed. Yes.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
Mhm.
After the Ace Attorney streams, I've already decided that one. To be fair, we're gonna take a while to get through those, but after
Yeah.
that, I'm sure we'll find something. I've got some ideas of what we'd do past that. So
Yeah. I mean, there's like what 3 games?
Uh, there's
Well,
there's this. There's the crossover. There's Spirit of Justice. That's one.
yeah.
There's then Ace Investigations 2. That's two.
Hmm.
Um, then there's the um, what's it called? The Great Ace Attorney trilogy, which is technically two
Oh
games.
yeah,
So that's
which
three
is
and four.
three
And
more game.
there's
Yes.
probably going to be another game released by the time we get through those. So that's the sixth one. And then of course
Yeah.
after that we need to worry about where things go. And if we want to do the trilogy, we can. But I was thinking more like maybe doing something like Zero Escape or something else, some other kind of series that
Yes.
has.
Like I mean, Zero Escape games are voiced already, so we would
Okay,
have to turn off those voices, if anything.
we could
But
branch out.
yeah, but I mean that's for the future us, for
Yeah,
2025 us to
that's
worry about.
yeah, that's something for future eBack to worry about. I
Mm,
don't talk to him; he's an asshole. Did
mm.
you see his post
I
this morning?
don't listen to him chat. He's adorable.
He is adorable.
He's a sweet boy, and we love him very much.
Yes, and it's very pretty.
Yes, true, very true.
Hmm. And no, I wouldn't change any of you for the world. Drifting. I'm very pleased with the group we assembled, and also the fact that I was actually very proud myself when Laura became so invested that she wanted to stay.
Yeah.
That to me was very much like a oh kind of moment for me.
Yeah.
And she's really great with what she can do with her voice.
Oh yes,
Very good at. She's very good at that.
Yeah.
she can pull off convincing young child, which definitely I can't. So
No. I never could pull off a convincing young child, even when I was a child.
Oh.
you can't yourself though.
Yeah, I was
No,
gonna
but I
say.
always
Thank you,
had a
right.
sort of nasally low voice, like a bit like this. Definitely, my inside voice always was the same sort of pitch and tone.
Yes, I do know why.
We're
Uh,
we're in the dark, but I want to be surprised.
yeah, I'm not
I
saying
want to
I
be
don't.
blind.
I'm not
Yeah,
saying anything. I'm not saying anything.
yeah. It's the same thing. Whenever you sort of like, whenever you talk about the RPG, and I'm like, I'm really excited for what's coming
Yeah.
next. Don't spoil me though.
Mm.
I want to go in completely blind, even though I have this deep foreboding sense of oh shit.
Oh, I'm in trouble.
Mm.
Yeah.
I'm in danger.
I was waiting for you to
But
say that.
yeah, but speaking of RPG, I wanted to ask you one thing, Shadow.
Yes.
I remembered that I forgot asking Dad when you were talking about those dwarfs from WoW.
Mhm.
Has there been any pen and paper RPG written to accompany WoW?
There was once, a long time ago, there was
In the
the
galaxy,
World
no,
of
sorry.
in a galaxy far, far away. There was a World of Warcraft role playing game. They did have that.
Hmm.
However, it's never been reprinted, and it only went
Hmm.
up to I think it was the first expansion, Burning Crusade.
Yeah.
It's never been
Hmm.
updated, never been.
Oh no, no additional source book, no nothing.
Nope, not at all. I know people
Ooh.
have. I know there is a D&D 5e conversion
Hmm.
of World of Warcraft, but they
Yeah.
only ever got up to Cataclysm, I think, or Wrath. I cannot remember. They never got very far with it.
Is that like the middle of the game? How
Oh.
far is Cataclysm?
Um. So I have to actually count on my fingers to think about it.
Because
Vanilla,
let me check and
Burning,
you'll be
Wrath.
correcting me. There's Burning
Ca-
Crusade, then there's Wrath of the
Cataclysm
Lich
was the
King.
fourth expansion.
Mm.
Cata
Oh,
Mists.
this
Cata Mists. Warlords. Legion. Warlords, Legion.
Shadow one.
Battle.
Oh,
No, no,
Battlefield
no, no.
Shadowlands.
No, let me think. Sorry.
Okay, sorry.
Sorry, I'm going to start again. Um,
Oops, sorry.
Burning, Wrath, Kata, Mists, Warlords, Legion, Battle, Shadowlands, Dragonflight. That's 9. Although that's 9. So that's 9 including vanilla. So
Mm.
And Cataclysm was the third expansion. So no, I think it's only like not very far in at all.
Yeah, it seems so. That's a bit of a shame because if it was a good system, because it seems like it was an original system, not like an D&D conversion or anything. That's
I
a bit of a shame that it wasn't. It didn't go any further because that would be perfect for you. You know.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know very much about it. I don't know if it used the old D&D system
Hmm.
or not.
Oh.
I would have to look into it. I only know the lore of it because I knew it existed and I know that it had contributions to the lore
Mm.
because I know it had because of course I knew it contributed to the lore of Khadgar because I think he operated as he could be used as a boss encounter. I think if you
Hmm.
wanted to, and it was basically like he would prefer not to fight you, but he will destroy you if you try anything.
Of
And
course.
also there was an artifact where he had an artifact smoking pipe which gave you visions, I think, if you smoked it.
Puff, puff, pass. That's the rule.
Yeah, it's just like I do wish that WoW would lean into it and just be like, yeah, tabletop RPG. But I'm like, but I pretty much think they're gonna stick to the video game.
Shall I say, drifting saying, my own personal favorite clip moments are probably the rapid pronunciation decline in that Athena case. Defective full right or Athena, no pets allowed in my office, then why do we have Apollo? Hey! yeah.
Yeah. One of my favorite clips is like someone was saying Athena no, and he was like Athena yes.
Yes. We all have fantastic moments.
Yeah, we do.
Burr's old bag definitely stands out to me as well.
Yes.
And my reaction to old bag appearing as
Yeah.
in character as Miles. Oh fuck,
Yeah,
it's her.
fuck. Run, Kay, run.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I miss Clavier.
I miss
Oh
Clavier as
gosh,
well.
yeah.
On the hatred from the depths of his, also when Larry shows up as the Steel Samurai at that dramatic moment,
Yeah.
it's like another verse is objection, go away. You know?
Yeah, and my very, very tired Franziska just had enough of this shit.
Yeah. Yeah, you're like, I'm so done with this day. Franziska is so brilliant.
Yes. Well, you are brilliant, Francisca. We all of us have characters that are literally us, and we define those characters. And Grifting has Athena. You have Francisca. Ella has Apollo. I have Clavier.
Definitely, Clavier for you.
Yeah.
You just nail the voice.
Yes.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, her forehead. It's so kind of you.
Oh god.
Yeah, I am very much into Clapolo.
Yeah, I ship it.
It's very sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I ship it. Clavier ships it. I'm not sure Polo ships it.
Yeah, Apollo's just like, no,
Yeah.
absolutely not. It's enemies to lovers question mark?
I mean, I think it's rivals to lovers more than anything
Yeah.
else.
Yeah.
It's enemies to one lover and one confused man.
I can just imagine like Apollo just going, "You had a crush on me? How embarrassing!" And like Clavier's like, "Apollo, we're married." Still, wow.
It's like I have a crush on you. Oh, I'm so sorry.
I love playing Athena, especially with her sassing Hugh. In fact, your sassy Athena is
Yeah.
fantastic.
Yes.
Yes. I've gained the power to smash some wood.
Oh wow.
Smash.
Smash.
Smash wood.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to finish off this bag, and then we're going to call it for tonight, and I'll continue the stream tomorrow. So still got some way to go. Probably about another probably 10 minutes, 15 minutes at the most. Yeah. I'll say that, and I'll still be here in the next hour, won't I? I'll be like, fuck, this bag's going on forever.
Yeah, I just looked at the time. It's just like it's past 10. I'm like, whoops.
Yeah, whoops.
Future Shadow is not going to be pleased, but oh well. It is what it is.
It's yeah. I mean,
Oh god, I am exceptionally proud of what we've done with the silly voices stuff.
Yes.
Yes.
And people will say, "Oh, you're tooting your own horn again." It's like, yeah, because I am super proud of.
You're
I'm
allowed to be proud of it.
super
Yeah.
proud of what we've done, and all the the and like I keep on mentioning, the fact that Kay just turned up one stream, and then
Yeah.
suddenly they're part of the group.
Yeah.
It's
And then they just stayed.
yeah, they just
Yeah.
stayed and the part of our little kind of community now, and
Yeah.
We
it's
adopted them.
yeah, but no,
Yes.
just the whole idea of that stuff amazes me. Like the fact that if we weren't streaming at that exact time on that exact day, all things could have been very different.
Yes.
Yeah. And they make a much better Trucy than I would have ever done.
Or they kill at their roles.
Yeah.
Especially I love how Kay was like, yeah, I've got to collect all the assistants. It's
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, but they're really great at giving nuances to all those characters. To to Maya and to Trucy and to Kay and to Pearl. You can hear the differences in those characters.
I played the Thief. It's probably also my favorite clips. I forget what that was. To remind me
Mine's
there. Yeah,
interesting.
or remind us. Yes. I'm not really that. I think am I really that transparent? No comment. Haha, no, really, am I?
You tell me, wouldn't you, Athena?
Maybe,
Remember? Amazing.
maybe. We'll see.
That's fine. We'll get some more Athena action in Spirit of Justice.
Oh, that's great.
Hopefully with less trauma this time.
Hmm.
Remember that, Your Honor. Am I really that transparent? No comment. Mr. Right, distantly, no comment. The fact that in that quote and the ad lib, I didn't need to ask the question. Lemming just went right for no comment. It's just a brilliant moment right there.
Yeah. Speaking
Yes.
of landing, another great clip is when you got him to say yes, daddy.
Oh my god, yes.
Wasn't me. It was me, but it was everyone else conspiring without my knowing consent.
Yes.
We're just like, well, I guess this is happening now.
Yeah.
To be fair, Lemming took it like a champ.
Yeah.
Yes.
Especially love my ad libs of like, "I love you, right?" It's just like
Yeah.
such random like comments. I just like to throw that in there now and then as like a little joke, saying a bit of a shout out to like the Owie crowd out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lemming is really great, a really great Phoenix, and he's also a really great Gumshoe.
Oh, he's amazing as Gumshoe, in my opinion.
Oh my goodness, yes.
Man works as Gumshoe.
I would say he's really amazing at both those characters.
Mm. Oh yeah, he's amazing at both. It's just it's incredible. Wish I was that good
Mm.
at being consistently good.
You are that
Too.
consistently good.
Thank you. Well, thank you. I mean,
You
I never
are
said
great.
I didn't say I was bad. Just
You are always awesome as Apollo,
Yes.
you're too kind.
and you are really great as Edgeworth as well.
Well, I really like Edgeworth as a character, so I don't identify with the guy, but I've always
Mhm.
loved. He's always been one of my favorite characters in that series. And that's something I've been enjoying as well is sharing this series that I love with my friends. So
Mm.
Hmm.
that itself has been also enjoyable.
Yeah.
Yeah. That
Okay,
starts to look like a car.
it started to look like a car. I think this is like the
Uh,
underside of the front bumper.
Yeah,
And
it
that
might
like
be.
Like they got the hair. There's the kind of underside here. Then you got the lip. Then the bottom part of the front bumper. I think.
Yeah, it is very possible.
Okay, I'm now making something else.
Yeah, you're carving out the main chassis.
I'm surprised you didn't go with that pun there.
No.
What pun?
Carving out.
Oh,
Oh no. That escaped me.
Fair enough.
it's too late to come up with good puns.
My brain's just always working, I guess.
Yeah,
No thoughts, head empty.
I'm like the Hulk. The sun went down, my brain is going down as well.
Lemming's the best,
My brain is full of mush.
Lemming's the best Phoenix. I told Receive that his reading of the line, Edgeworth, just let it go, man. Let's run it through my head. And Divot is just amazing. He has such natural instinct for comedy. Divot does have a natural instinct for comedy.
Yes.
Absolutely. You know, here's the way he played Fulbright was just amazing.
Yes, it's the Bobby Fulbright for the generations to remember.
And when he told me he wanted to play Fulbright, I always had in my head like what Fulbright sounded like. And I'd say he nailed it. Like as soon as he gave me his demo of what his voice for Fulbright was going to be, I'm like, yep, that's it. You're perfect.
Amazing.
And he was perfect as well.
And he was amazing.
This is why we all took that betrayal so bad.
I know that all of you were just so like, oh, he's a good boy, and all of us and me, Divot and Kay were like,
yeah, shifty eyes.
Shifty eyes, yeah. And yes, his Chuck Postman was also fantastic.
Yeah.
Baguette. Yes.
No, I'm still in denial. I'm still in denial. The actual Fulbright is a good boy.
Yeah.
Well, like I say, that's why I have this image in my head of him turning up like 5 minutes after like the Phantom's being shot. It's like, sorry, I'm late, I'm on vacation again in the blazer, the shirt, the tie, but with like swimming trunks. You know.
Yes.
Yeah, and having this sort of inflated
oh, the little pool pony, yes.
Yes.
Sorry, I'm late. Hope I didn't miss anything.
Sorry, I'm late. I was on a vacation. What did I miss?
Hope I didn't miss anything too dramatic.
Yes.
Why you're looking at me like that? Yes.
Perfect.
Yeah. We need to have a story somewhere.
I think these are just like the wheel guards. Still, not very many pieces left of this bag. Blackwell fucking bailing in the middle of the trial, that was still hilarious. Yeah, I was waiting for that moment because that's, to me, that's such an iconic moment. Is when it was like, rubbish, we'll be all out for a stroll, you know?
Yeah, it's just like, fuck you guys, I'm going home.
Yeah.
What's the language used?
We're gonna have a burger. We'll come back when you decide something.
Yeah, just also the language used between them as well. Like, because of course it's, the very English way, like, rubbish,
Yeah.
Humbug!
Prosecutor Blackwell, cuts to empty prosecutor pouch. Comedy gold. And also the fact that Drifting was like, I think Drift even called that he was going to be gone or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just fucking bailed. He was like, nope, I've had enough of this nonsense. Bye.
Also, there is so many things that we called from the game.
You mean?
Yeah, I think
a lot of you guys are quite on the ball.
Yeah, I think I remember like hazily going, I don't know why, but I think there might be two orcas, and I have no idea how that must have reacted behind the scenes. Just like, how the fuck?
There was some like, from me, but I
Yeah.
I knew you wouldn't have actually done anything.
Oh no, no.
No, but it still is a very strange feeling when you see someone shooting very close to the bullseye.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I thought it was such a outlandish thing to think that I didn't even pursue it. I was just like, oh, all right. I mean, I wouldn't have been able to hide if I knew it was like an actual spoiler,
Hmm.
even if I tried. So I'm not very good at lying.
But you're
uh,
very good at sleuthing things out, and
yeah, you caught a lot
yeah.
of things.
More like educated guesses, but yeah.
Take credit where credit is due. Okay, yeah, that is actually it is
Hmm.
actually the underside. I've got oh, where is that piece? It's probably staring me right in the face and I just can't see it. Um
You just have to look.
Hard. uh,
I will
that was
write
one of
that.
our first memes for
Yes.
that game.
I still love I've got a gun. I have a gun.
Yes.
I have a gun. He
Yes.
just kept doing it until we were like, okay, okay, fine.
That's the
You
thing is
can keep
that
it.
that made it funnier though.
Yes,
Yes.
I have a gun.
I have a gun.
Yes, we are all on the same brainwave when it comes to jokes. There's so many things that we make fun of at the same time. Immediately we jump into the same joke.
Yeah, sometimes we just say the line at the same time. Like
Yeah. uh,
say the line.
blame Microsoft. Blame Microsoft.
Oh my god, yeah, blame God. What is it? I don't know why, but that song is so catchy, even though it's really wrong to be able to like that song. Because what do fucking Canadians ever do?
I mean, this is
South Park, yeah.
yeah, this is South Park. This is ironic song, and it's a satire. No one takes it seriously.
Of course, no one takes it seriously. It's satire. It's
Yes, indeed.
unless you're conservative, in which
Also,
case it's just the most serious thing on the
yeah.
planet.
Also, it's kind of like with Swedish Chef, who is beloved in Sweden.
Oh fuck me, I love Swedish Chef. Fucking love Swedish Chef.
I'm pretty sure the main character is singing the song too, like blame Canada.
God, yeah, I fucking love Swedish Chef. Whenever he used to come up on the Muppets, it's hilarious.
Yeah, he's absolutely
And I do
hilarious.
love the fact that the Swedes love him. Like he's actually really offensive, but they really fucking love him. It's alright, they should. He's amazing. He's a great character.
Yeah.
I mean, you gotta laugh at yourself every now and then.
Yeah.
Smart we must cut, the trash we must bash, the laughter and fun we must all be undone. We must blame them and cause them a fuss before somebody thinks of blaming us. Simon discourse in a
No.
nutshell.
Yeah, I was just thinking. No, don't remind me of Twitter.
Also, no cutting smuts. Smuts are only to be enjoyed unabridged.
Unabridged,
Splendid.
if you know what I mean, people.
Yeah.
Oh.
Wink,
Oh.
wink, nudge, nudge.
Nah, as long as you're not hurting anyone, everything's all consensual. Just let people live and have their fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm I'm really confused by people who are like upset that someone is doing this or that in their work of fiction, in their fan fiction.
Yeah.
I don't claim to understand it myself, so I can't really comment.
Yeah.
Times have changed. Sorry. Now you got that song stuck in my head.
Oh no.
Songs from a movie from 1999.
Yep.
Oh no.
That's from that song in 1999. Yep.
Yes. That's how old the South Park the movie is.
How times have changed delightfully, so haven't they?
Oof.
Oh.
Fucking oof, man.
Yeah, times they are a changing. That be true.
It's the way to do it. It's the way.
I was trying to make a comment about. I was entirely trying to make a comment about smut, and I just fucking brain just went no.
No joking about smut.
It's just too tiny.
That's not a matter for joking.
I'll be honest, drifting. The bot's probably broken for a while, so that's okay, Chatbot. Keep your secrets.
Chatbot is tired. It needs sleep.
Yeah.
If a Chatbot, I need to fix Chatbot. I need to give him a whack.
Also, for making it a Lord of the Rings meme, you get yourself a crystal.
Yeah, definitely.
Do I have that on this thing? I definitely don't, because in fact, no. I'm gonna quickly push back on that. There we go. No, I don't.
No abusing the chatbot. We don't abuse the AIs here, except if they're Amazon branded.
Indeed.
Yes.
Because
If
What they
it's
said.
not, if it's not Amazon, then I welcome our robot overloads.
yeah, I'm very nice to AIs, except the ones named A, because she's a fucking cop.
I'm sorry. What?
She would rat me out to the cops. No.
Okay.
She'd rat me out to the cop. I don't trust her.
All right. I like Legion though.
Legion is a good boy. Well, boy, I don't know how they would identify.
A good guess.
Yes, a good guess.
Yes.
Oh, that's a bad joke I could have just made. Like when you said what the identifier is, I should just take a guess. I'm terrible.
Oh.
I'm terrible.
How do I ban the streamer from his own stream? A device who must not be named. Yes, true.
Squander the opportunity.
Is it worse that it wasn't like well timed, or was it better? I don't know.
Ooh, I think moment of truth might be happening here. I think this might be like the hood, or a piece of it.
You're the one with mod powers. Yeah, but like I'm going up against the raw strength of Evac. Do you really think I've got the power to just
Eat
cast
meat
him out?
from my own stream.
Yeah, I don't think I've got the raw power to do that.
Also, we would have to remove the camera feed and have someone else do the Lego stream.
I'm just an intern. I'm just here while Evac is banned.
I think the next thing that would happen is you would appear in my laundry cupboard, and then we would have problems.
Yes, we would have problems. I'd be like, I want a word.
And I'm like, ha, I'm in danger. Sweating nervously.
It's like, I get back my channel, you get back your laundry.
Only if you make my bed.
It's a weird request.
It's like change my bed clothes, and then
Yeah. You made my bed, now you lay in it.
I'm not laying in. Yes, I'm not laying in your bed. It's
Oh.
I don't know. My pillows are probably too soft for you. I don't know.
To be fair, I've never let stuff like that bother me. If I'm honest, I've never really. I mean, I'm sure that happens to people. For me, never really been an issue about whether I never really thought about, is it too hard, too soft. I just kind of like, it's a bed. I sleep in it.
Actually,
Yeah,
for me,
I've definitely had like mattresses that I've preferred over other mattresses.
I I don't mind the mattresses. I don't mind the duvets, but the pillows quite often will really upset me when they're like too soft or when they're like too unwieldy and they don't align correctly. I'll be like folding it in 4 parts or just throwing them away from the bed altogether to sleep on the mattress.
I also agree with you, drifting. Like I don't like making the bed because I don't
Mm.
because like I don't tend to like cause too much chaos unless I've burrited myself and all the duvets around me. But like changing the bed is like one of the worst
Yeah,
chores I have to do, and I hate it
yeah.
so
Changing
much.
the bed sheets is the worst.
I've still got the same sheets on for quite some time, and I'm really bad about that. But just like for me, it's more of a performance because I have a double bed.
Yeah, I have a double bed too, and it's a lot. And also, I don't know how many single people do that, but I have a lot of shit on the other side of my bed.
I
I'm
So
a,
don't.
I
Yeah.
have to declutter my bed first before I change the sheets.
I'm a Murphy bed, for Christ's sake.
But it still makes me want to die. I completely get that.
Yeah,
Like
and
the duvet is the worst. Second is the
yeah.
ground sheet.
Well, I have a very big bed, so I have fitted sheets for it, and I hate them with all my heart.
Honestly, I've never made a bed. I've never like made a bed with unfitted sheets. I can't imagine like doing that with unfitted sheets. I think it would drive me up bleeding more.
Well, here we are so far, everyone. This is the
Ooh.
DeLorean as it is going to appear later on.
Yeah, it
It's
looks like a chassis for a car.
Yeah, this is clearly where the hood is constructed and
Mm,
extended from. So that's going to be interesting to see how that progresses. The front fender pretty much is done. And you can see there, it's got there. So a bit more of the bumper to produce. I imagine the big my favorite part of the DeLorean is the big exhaust vents at the back. Looking forward to doing those whenever we get to them.
mm,
But that was
yeah.
bad. We got up to bag 4 out of 11. I believe 11 is literally just the stuff that converts it between the 3 different types of DeLorean.
yeah, it's
Um,
possible.
so that means basically bags 5 to 10 will probably be
Yeah.
tomorrow. Whether or not Shadow or Drifting and fucking hell, I mean Drifting could join us, I guess. Whether or not Burr or Shadow joins us or joins me, I should say, for that stream next time, I don't know. Hello, Buddy Games. You just caught me just as I literally am finishing up. Hi guys,
Hey, buddy
hello. It's
games.
next stream.
Hello.
Yes, yes. There's a
It
partly
was a Lego stream.
finished, partly finished DeLorean here,
Yeah.
which we'll be finishing
Nice.
up tomorrow because we've been going for 3 hours now, and I've done only 3 bags. Sorry, 4 bags. 4 bags. So the rest of it will be done tomorrow. Or if we do go over tomorrow, it'll probably actually tomorrow because I'm not working Friday. I probably will just even if Burr and Shadow have to head to bed, I'll probably finish it off anyway. But yeah, fantastic. It's going to be fantastic. That naturally, don't worry if you miss out on the stream. There'll be a VOD saved of it. And yeah, I hope to see you all guys very soon when we'll be finishing this amazing build of this amazing vehicle, one of the most iconic vehicles in cinema history, in my opinion. So yeah,
Yee.
Yee.
yeah. Oh, that's how that. Oh, that's how that works. Ah, okay. See, that's the front of the hood now.
Yeah, it definitely looks like the base construction that Lego has you do. Like you
Yeah.
end up like you have all this color coded, you have all the like bright colors that you build on it, and then eventually you start to see the chassis come come into view, and you're just like, oh, I see.
I think it's just also from the dimensions. It's just going to be wide enough to maybe put on my shelf. Which if it is, fantastic. But I have got a wall mount coming for it anyway. So
Nice.
in some way, it will be displayed in my room.
Yes.
Anyway, that's going to be it from me tonight. I want to thank all of you for joining me on this stream, and I want to thank, of course, Burr and Shadow for joining me on the stream as well.
It was
It's
our
been
utmost pleasure.
yeah, it's been great. Probably gonna do it tomorrow.
Yeah.
And that's it from me, everyone, and from us. We'll see you all tomorrow for some more building goodness. Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Night.